people right now, the way this technology is working is people right now are doing outside environments and miniaturized, and they're incredible. Like we're talking, you just go down to
Oh
LA
yeah.
and do a whole street, and then you miniaturize it, and then that's what people have been using it for. But it's incredible tech. So yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right.
So last session, the group was given a bit more information about the Chaos Gods from Makritis before they went their separate ways from the Black Cabin. Uh, uh, Abel teleported the party back to Bryn Shandar, where the group was given a warm welcome from a rousing group of townsfolk along with speaker Duvessa Shane. She told them she was informed by Makritis that they had successfully completed and activated the Summer Star. The celebration was short-lived, however, for Speaker Arya of East Haven interrupted the good news with news of a Durgar fortress called Sunblight, which sat in the mountains a couple hours from town. It housed enough Durgar to lay siege to all of 10 towns, and the East Haven militia had been wiped out in a failed attack on the stronghold. They humbly asked for the aid of the Torchbearers, which we happily agreed to provide, with the help of their new warlock friend, and they made the frigid trek through the Arctic landscape, looking towards Grin as he led the party to the foot of the mountains. And after the successful pseudo-dragon scouting mission, amidst the summer star's daylight, the party found easy access into the fortress, as the Durgar were forced deeper into sunlight, as the front was drowned in daylight. We ended the session a few rooms into the stronghold, which was full of Chardolin, enchanted picks, and statues depicting Deep Jura, right as Abel was about to open a chest.
All right. Everyone can see Twitch now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Wonderful. All right. We are going to start right where we left off. You guys are currently, so once you see the stream, you're currently in this room here. You were investigating that right before we left. You were investigating, I believe, this area over here, where Abel is. Kino, one of the things that you start to notice is that this smog starts to bother you, but in a level that you're very surprised about. It starts to emotionally bother you. You have no idea what the strong emotion is, but it seems to be a mix of despair and anger.
I'll let the rest of the party know just in case it starts to affect anyone else. This fog is emotionally bothering me.
I guess as you say that, and as the group turns around to you, everyone also notices Kino's eyes glowing brighter purple than they normally do. Even with the device you have on.
Something wrong?
You're positively glowing today.
Oh, thank you.
I can't tell if my ring is weakening or if your eyes are brighter. I can check that out if you want.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I hate to pull you away from the chest.
Oh, okay.
All right, Abel. What would you like to do?
I would. I guess I forgot exactly what I've
I'm
done
so
so
sorry
far.
about this. How long does Define since last, and when did you ping it? I know it's. What's the duration?
I think it's instantaneous. I think it's just I cast it, and after 3
I think you're right.
seconds, it goes away.
I think you're right. Okay. All right.
Abel will look around the area for any minor hazards or traps, and then inspect it more closely using Mage Hand.
Okay. So the one thing that you do notice as you start inspecting this is that in the crevices, what was your investigation check, by the way, just to make sure you didn't get it?
I don't recall.
You can roll it again. That's fine.
A 12.
Okay. The one thing that you do notice, even with your 12, Abel, is that the chest is lined with these tiny yellow moldish spores. Now, there's also spores inside the locking mechanism and spores all over the like undersides of this box.
I'm going to try to identify it with my own untrained nature skill. And
Sure.
as he's doing that, he's also going to ask, does anyone know anything about spores?
I would
Spores,
take a
you
look.
say?
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, I'll lead you.
13 nature.
Yeah, I'll check as well.
Okay, go for it.
No.
All right, so 13 nature, they are yellow mold spores. You vaguely remember them being toxic.
Not net 20.
All
Wrong
right, so
character.
Oh, god damn it.
I was like, who's that?
I'm accepting it.
Oh, she's cool.
Oh yeah, that's the character I'm running in Saturday.
it's honestly, it's a roll is fine. It doesn't really matter if it's the wrong
It,
character.
it's
I'm
funny.
fine
It's
with
like,
it.
thank you,
it's
creepy
still-
person who
I
knows
was
a
gonna
lot
say,
about spores.
Yeah,
It's
the
still-
warden just pops in.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, if she was rolling a d20 in real life, it wouldn't care if it was her
Yeah.
character or not. So, hold on one second for me. But you do know about these. You remember them. They are. You also remember the knowledge that you're not sure about because they're from the Underdark. You don't remember everything about these because they're rare. However, you remember that they are heavily toxic. If they get released in the air and you inhale them, it's going to do serious damage to your lungs and to your insides. They're bad. They're very very bad. So they're dangerous, is what you know, and theoretically lethal.
Okay, so
Why don't we have brother open it? He doesn't have lungs.
That's actually a
fair.
fair point.
Perhaps we evacuate the room before we put toxic stuff into the air.
Why don't we step
Yeah,
back? Give
the
brother
issue with
some
brother would know this. The issue with brother is not going to be that he inhales it or not. The issue is going to be with everyone else. Once if he opens it and brother gets covered with these spores, no matter what, you'll have to deal with them because of the simple fact that if brother's just walking around, he'll start releasing. He'll be a mold beacon to all of you. So yes, he can open it, but he would also know that if he gets covered in it, that will still be dangerous to everybody.
Exactly, walking tree.
And I'll kind of buddy system like 15 feet away with my breath held.
Yeah. Now, granted, you are right, by the way, brother. If you cover yourself in this stuff and walk around, it's anything that breathes this in is going to be toxic to them. So
Yeah, I know.
Can we burn that off afterwards, or?
Oh, with Henri's nat 20, she would know that fire will get rid of these. Fire will absolutely destroy this.
Do we want to
Since
risk
we
it?
make cleanses?
If we're gonna risk it, we should have it only be a single person, have everyone else get out of the room, just in case.
Yeah, I'll take a step back.
How far back can I be and still see him?
You could, well, you could actually be all the way back here and easily still see brother. That's as far back as you can go in this one room. If you went catty corner, it gets a little more difficult. So it'll catch up in a second.
That's fine. That's fine. It seems like a good distance.
Okay, so brother, you want to open it? Let me get brother's model.
If
here.
I do, I'll walk over to Grin and slide the dragon out of my stomach and put it on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And pretty much, disrobe. I'm taking off all my clothes, the bags, all so I'm basically going in where it's just my form.
Yep.
If we need to, is there a preferable way you'd like to be burned with fire?
The least permanently damaging as possible.
Maybe we just leave a torch next to him with a tinderbox.
You guys
want me to
do
hold
hear,
anything?
as you guys are talking between yourselves, you do hear a loud commotion somewhere off into this general direction. So you hear, as if it was over in this side somewhere, you hear beyond the walls this huge amount of screams, some kind of rallying cry, weapons clashing, all kinds of crazy, almost warlike sounds within the actual citadel. It's far enough away that you think that you could even be loud right now, considering that you're hearing it. But it's definitely close enough that you can hear the clanging of metal. You can hear people screaming. Does anyone here speak deep speech or any of the Underdark languages?
I speak Undercommon.
Undercommon. Undercommon. So if you speak
Infernal?
Undercommon, if you yeah, so if you speak Undercommon, you hear you do hear like every now and then you hear a huge scream that says "Death to the rebels." But that's all you can make out. And this is a very very loud, like roaring, almost unnaturally loud. Um, but then you hear the clanging, like it's actually louder than the warlike clanging sounds. So.
People will turn to you and go, "Do you think that's for us?"
You said
I don't think so.
you said death to the rebels.
Yes, death to the rebels.
Are we the
Uh,
rebels?
Yeah.
I
So
think
it
they
getting-
have their own issues to deal with.
Is it getting closer, or do we just hear it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily seem like it's getting closer, but this is like an all-at-once kind of huge. It's a very startling sound for you in the beginning. It's definitely further enough away though, where you don't feel like you're about to get overrun by these enemies, because again, the metal sounds are the point of reference you have, and you've been in enough battles to know that they're decently far away. They're through walls essentially. They're through large stone like walls. However, there must be openness caverns, and like there must be like some kind of thing that's allowing the sound to travel. On top of that, they must be really really loud. So
Well, there were vents, I believe. So maybe they're coming from those.
We'll worry about it when we get there.
Yes, brother, I can hold any of your robes if you'd like.
Grin has everything, thank you.
Okay. I'm
Grin's
gonna.
Grin's just standing there like a coat rack.
yeah. Also, if you remember, when you were looking at the group or whatever, they for some reason left those arrow slits, and that is the information that you knew coming in. For whatever reason, the Duragard decided to leave their posts right before you entered. So
Maybe this had nothing to do with the Summer Star. Maybe they had bigger problems within.
Quite possible.
So, Andre,
Good-
do you
good for
hear?
us.
Do you hear the rebel yells?
I feel like that's a reference I'm missing.
It
I
is.
mean, they cry more, more, more. So, all right,
That's
I'm
fun
backing
to
up.
do it yourself.
Boo. Just boo.
I'm backing up.
After that reference.
now, just so everyone understands as well, what this actually looks like on the stream is this. This is the actual, like if you guys look on the stream, this is what the actual lighting is. So anyone without dark vision, low light vision, this is what you're going through right now. On top of that, it is incredibly hazy. So again, all perception checks are at disadvantage right now, even with low light vision. Just so everyone understands, I'm only increasing this so that we can actually see it on the stream, but this is the actual lighting.
Do you
It's
know-
pure darkness.
Sorry, go ahead.
You said it's pure darkness.
It's low light right now. It's low light
okay.
because of this torch, but I'll let you know when it's pure. There will be times when it's pure darkness. The only reason why it's not pure darkness is because there are these lit torches with these statues. But
Alright.
yes.
Also,
Yeah.
Kino and my defender both have glowing rings that give off 5 feet.
Okay, perfect. Yep, that's good.
And
Good to know.
Five,
And-
5'10", I think it is.
All right, good to know. Yep.
Alta has devil sight for when it's like dark.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
And so you said we're making perception checks at disadvantage even if we have dark vision?
That's right, because of the haze. It actually has
Okay.
nothing to do with the thing. It's because of all the haze. The haze is acrid, so that everyone understands. The haze is acrid. It's not enough that you think you're burning your lungs or anything. It's a smell, and it's a thing that no one here has ever truly like experienced before. And you can tell that it's mixed with other smells, so it's very thing. But this smell to you, Kino, specifically, the haze to you is emotional and unsettling.
Would
Yeah.
would I have any reason why? Like why? Would I understand?
No, no, you just know that. It's literally, it's a weird thing. This is an out of body kind of thing where you're like, You don't actually know. You don't even understand your own emotions. You're sad and angry at the same time, but you have no idea why.
What else
Abel
is
is
new?
going to look to the torches. Does the smoke or haze seem to be reacting with the fire at all?
Say that one more time, Lee. It cut out for me. What?
Does the smoke or the haze seem to be reacting with the fire at all?
No, not really, actually. So it doesn't seem to be flammable. No, it doesn't seem to be
Just wanted to
reacting.
make
Good
certain
question.
if we
Good
go to
question.
burn the
Yeah.
spores off a brother, things go
Of
boom.
course.
would be
Oh
bad.
no, of course. It's a very good question, and no, it doesn't. It doesn't appear like the flame is ignited or worsening as it, hovers over the fire. That's a great question, though. All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
I guess if the chest is safe to open and everybody's at a safe distance away, I'll crack it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep, you do, and immediately you're engulfed in literally thousands of these spores. They actually fill a 10-foot radius all around. So all the way up to here, there's now spores everywhere. Um, the spores themselves tend to like actually like almost like they're sentient. They come out in this really weird spray pattern all around you, and they start to like get into your crevices, brother. They get everywhere. They expect you to breathe them in, but they obviously you're not breathing. So, um, but it does engulf you completely. Brother now has a very fine amount, but very thin layer of this dust, this yellow dust, all over him. It gets into your clothing, everything. It's pretty nasty stuff. As you look inside, though, there is a glowing skeleton. The skeleton looks very humanoid, but then when you look closer at it, you can tell that it is not. The skull head itself has what looks like they're not really horns, but they're sharp protruding like areas in the skull that goes through it. And then you look and it's just too big to be a human. And then you look at the hands and wait, it's got also claws. So this can't be human. You can do anyone can do a
Yeah,
nature check. Yeah.
I'll do the name.
I am not getting close enough for a nature check.
Yeah.
Question.
Mhm.
If I get
Nice.
within like 10
Oh.
feet, could I cast prestidigitation to clean brother off?
Yeah, so if as long as you can get close enough, you can do prestidigitation to clean
It's-
brother off. However, in this case, it's going to take multiple casts. So
Yeah.
you would need
It's
to.
a.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's a 10-foot reach, so I can probably just like clean a little bit of the ground
Oh,
off
it's
before
10.
brother.
Well, if it's a 10-foot reach, so brother is in a 10-foot sphere of these spores in all directions. So 10 out, 10 out. So you would have to endanger yourself at this point until it either goes off or unless you neutralize or try to neutralize some of this area with fire.
Yeah,
In which case you could do.
I was gonna ask if I could use prestidigitation also to clean like a tile of the spores.
Here also, I pull off my cold weather like face mask, and I give it to Elda.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah, I
I
will.
think prestidigitation requires an object. I don't think you can clean the air with prestidigitation. I could be wrong.
Oh, it's in
Let's
the
read it.
air. Okay, I thought it
Yeah,
settled
these are
already.
Yeah, no, these
Okay.
are in the air. These spores are in a 10-foot cloud around him right now.
It
They're
can
also
affect
attaching to him.
torchlight and stuff like that. It has a lot of uses.
I'm
Yeah.
also gonna
The
light a torch.
torches removable.
No, they're braziers right now. They're these
Well-
braziers in the statue, so they're not.
I guess I'll risk it for
Would
hopefully.
you like a torch?
Hopefully, yeah, torch is probably a good idea.
I'm gonna light
Thank
2
you.
torches. I'm gonna hold on to one. I'm gonna give one to Elda.
Okay, so if you're going to go in with a torch, as long as you're careful, and as long as you're able, you do have to make a dexterity saving throw to make sure that you get all the spores before entering the square. But yeah, that's totally fine.
Nope, I definitely
Abel's going to
don't.
extend his hand
Yeah,
out.
so
Uh,
this
add-
is what's happening. So your character, she's taking a torch and she's waving it all around as she tries to step in. But when in this case, like when you fail your dexterity saving throw, it just means you didn't wave it enough for the spores to not be inhaled, unfortunately. So, since she did fail, she would think she was good and step in. So,
Trying to break in real fast.
Yeah, go
Abel's
for it.
going to have his hand out, mage hand out to Keanu with the torch.
Yep.
And he would, if Keanu would turn over the torch, he would just wave it with the mage hand to help clear out area too.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I mean, I ideally, I think what would have happened, like if she's doing and committing to it, she would have done that even if you were doing that as well. I know it's a little iffy because I think what you were trying to say, Lee, is you wanted to break in before she even went in. Is that right?
Yeah. As soon
Okay.
as the torches were lit, I was trying to.
That's
at that
fine.
point.
So go ahead and make your go ahead. Let's see. So I'll basically give her advantage, but you make the roll. So since you're helping her, but I want you to make it. So go ahead and roll a d20 and let's see if you guys got this. Yeah.
Also, add +2 to it because aura of protection.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
The 18 total.
So
Okay.
20.
All right. So you guys are right. So no, that's fine. You were able to burn all the spores out. If you had done it alone, no. But with everyone's help, you were able to get in there. So now that you're in this square, here, let me get your character to go through it. What would you like to do?
Cast presentation a couple of times to clean brother off so he isn't a walking biohazard.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to cast it. You're gonna have to cast it up to 5 times to get rid of all of this, but that's fine if you want to keep casting that over and over again. What is the duration on presentation? I forget.
I think it's 1 minute casting.
It's
so
one
5 minutes?
action. It's one action
Oh,
casting.
6 seconds. Yeah, so 6 seconds.
And
yeah.
it says if it has an effect, the duration is 1 hour, but stuff like instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot, I'd be doing smaller areas. So
That's fine. Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right.
Anyway, after a couple like after 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so, you're able to do this anyway, so that's fine. So brother, you got a 20 on your nature check, you said?
Henri did.
Oh, Henri did. Okay.
And it was
alright.
actually Anu this time.
Gotcha. Cool. Hold on 1 second.
So what'd you
I want to
find,
make
brother?
sure I don't butcher the name. Yep, go for it.
It seems to be a rather large glowing skeleton of unhuman nature.
Hmm.
Ooh. Is it
Mind if I
glowing with
take a look?
spores or something else?
Something else, and there seems to be a lot of claws and horns.
Oh, my favorite.
I'm gonna turn towards Grin. What?
Grin just holding all of brother's stuff.
Oh, he's the dad at the amusement park.
Oh god, he's got a fanny pack.
Of holding.
The grin of holding.
Sorry, guys. This is the unfortunateness of not doing someone else's module. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I just want to make sure that I do not butcher this. All right. Yeah, so strange.
I'm pretty
Okay.
certain the group is going to jump into a rousing bout of what kind of creature is this?
Yeah, and Henri will know with that check. Henri is going to know. All right. It is. All right. Okay. So you go back and you're thinking about like what this thing is and like because it's so incredibly foreign. However, you do remember a long time ago, Henri, when you were looking through tomes, especially inside the Tomb of Horrors, you were actually looking at things that had to do with the Underdark, and this is something called a Quaggoth, you believe. So a Quaggoth is essentially it's almost like it's almost like a wolf-like creature, but its skull has these like pointy like areas that almost look like their ears, but they're not. They're actually built into it just for this thing to be more menacing. They are they are kind of really fierce predators. Um, But the thing that you remember the most about them is that you remember something about them being special in the sense that they kind of like absorb like some maybe psionics don't work really well against them or something. That's why you're researching them in particular. So they're nasty creatures. They have claws and they can like attack you, and they have some. They're pretty nasty. So
Hmm. I
and they
think.
are native to the Underdark.
Hmm. Would I know why a skeleton of theirs might be in this chest?
No. But the thing you do remember is that the spores themselves are also native to the Underdark. So maybe this thing died by the spores or something. You're not sure. You don't know why it's locked in a chest or anything, but
Would she know why it's glowing?
no, she does not know why it's glowing. Go ahead and make an Arcana check if you want to try to figure that out.
Should
But
we
Henri,
maybe
that means you
close
need
that
to.
chest again?
Yeah,
What does that mean Henri needs to do?
you
Oh
just
yeah,
need to
no.
get close. You need to get close if you want to do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll take that Arcana.
Yeah. You want to do an Arcana check, brother? Go for it.
I got a 14. I'll do this check once Elda has gone through with all the prestidigitations.
Okay.
Elda will probably back off from the area and make sure she doesn't breathe in any spores.
Yep.
Won't crowd it, but eventually Abel will move in to check as well.
Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, there's no fear right now of anyone inhaling spores at this point, now that they've been taken care of with the fire, but and brother's been cleaned. But yeah.
I would also explain to them. I think the skeleton is a quaggoth. Nat 20 on Abel's Arcana check.
Okay. All right. It looks like what ended up happening was this creature was somehow basically there was a ritual that was performed, and the spores had some kind of
28.
Yeah, the spores had some kind of something to do with this ritual, and this is part of like some kind of really weird undead resurrection process that went horribly wrong with this quagga, and they had to lock it inside this chest for whatever reason. But that's what was going on. The spores had something to do with that as well. Yeah.
Once brother's clean, I give him back all his stuff and Z too.
Yeah, and I'll read on everything.
Yeah.
Was there anything in the chest besides the skeleton?
No. No, but it is still glowing. The bones are glowing in some kind of like mishapped like thing. Yeah.
Should we
Are there
check if that's
are there still spores on the skeleton?
There are still spores on the skeleton. They would need to be cleaned off. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be worth if what Henri said about it being like anti-psionic might be good to hold on to the bones, maybe?
Yeah.
Elda could clean all the bones off then. More resuscitation.
Yep.
What we do with the bones, just out of curiosity. We're not raising it from the dead.
No, but
Maybe just keeping them on our person says maybe protection.
Chris? With a
Could be some
28
kind of-
Arcana natural 20, do I have any ideas of things this can be used to make?
Yes. So the one thing that you can't make anything with it, but you go to brother and you think about it and you say, brother, if you can essentially figure out how this doesn't kill you by consuming it, you might be able to make potions with this that might help with psionic defenses. But it would be up to brother to figure out how to brew that and go through it so that it's actually non-dangerous. But no, for magic items, it's mostly useless. You think you don't think that there's enough in there that you could actually create something with this unless you were to infuse it, and it's just too difficult. But for potions, yeah, this would be a good thing. They do have to be ground up, and you explain that to brother. But you're not exactly sure how to do this yourself. Brother will have to figure this out. But they could be used as a component.
It looks too brittle to make a weapon out of, but don't you use marrow and bone dust for some of your concoctions?
I do. I think it is a good idea that we keep this after all.
hey, look at that.
Okay,
And after off, I'll add it to the bag of holding.
sure.
Actually, we still have room in the haversack, so I'll put it in the crafting haversack.
Hey,
All right, Kino,
Onryo.
go do me a huge favor, Kino. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I don't think you're saving from this, but just in case you roll a nat 20.
13.
Okay. Kino is bathed with a intense, bright purple light, a column that literally comes out of the ceiling and invades him. Kino, you can't move for 6 seconds. You are literally a beacon of this purple, crazy radiant energy. During that 6 seconds, Kino, um, you can basically see like this. So I'll go on the stream. If you don't want to donate this, like if you don't want to tell us the party, everyone just don't look for a second. But this is what you end up seeing. You see a vision of this. You see this area here, and then you see as it spans out, it goes through and points you in this direction, and then you see it go all the way down this way, and then it's leading you over here, and then you see this area, which it cannot permeate. Whatever the vision is showing you, it cannot show you anything in this area, but you hear a feminine, assertive voice say, "Go now." Now, as that also happens, so this is what's happening with the party. As the party is seeing all of this, at the same exact time that Kino is in this crazy purple blind column, um, you guys hear that there's a rush to the side over here. You see. Hold on 1 second. I'm just bringing it in. Yep.
I'm going to let everyone know that we need to go now and point them in the direction and go. I think it would be very beneficial for all of us to go that way.
So as you say that, you see that there are 3 of these dark dwarves like running out of the cave in this direction. They're definitely Drugar. However, you notice that one of them, as it gets to right here, one of them literally falls over completely dead. You briefly see that he has like an arrow shot through his head. He has some other wounds. You see that there's a cloaked figure there directly after this. Everyone go ahead and roll for initiative. You have to roll as well, Gage.
Abel stealing all the good rolls again.
Now you prize round because these guys were preoccupied as they literally ran into you. So you are going to get to go first before them, but they do get to move. So it's a weird mechanic in the sense that they're going to be able to take their full action, but they have no interest in attacking you. They're just running. However, you did see one of them die right in front of you to this strange cloaked man. Go ahead and describe your character too, real quick for me, Gage.
Well, right now he looks like a Durgar, but he would drop the disguise as he's chasing these people down.
Yeah, go ahead and explain your character. Yeah, I actually had you as like invisible right in this corner, waiting on
okay.
something. So yeah, so I don't think you would look like a Drugar now. That would be
Oh,
too confusing anyway. So
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
He's just very, very dirty, well worn and traveled, mottled black and green cloak is wrapped around him. He has a large, very odd bow that he's holding in one hand. He does have his hood up, so it's hard to make out a lot of features, but it's definitely someone over 6 feet tall, and based on the facial features, they can see probably human. but he's got a shield on his back and 2 rapiers on either side of his hip. One rapier on each hip. It's a pretty well kitted out individual.
Yeah. Also, do me a favor, Kino. Make an insight check on the voice too, to see if you understood truly what's going on here.
11.
All right. The voice did not sound like she had any concern for your safety whatsoever. The voice did sound like there was something very, very important for you to do personally in that location. But that's all you get from that. Okay. All right. And who got the highest on their initiative?
That'd be
I
Abel.
think that was me.
Abel. Okay, cool. Cool, Abel. All right.
Yeah, Abel
So-
first. I'm second.
Okay. Abel and then brother. Who's next?
I also rolled a 16.
Okay. All right. I'm just losing this for now. We're gonna get you a better miniature than this, but
It's fine.
all right. Okay, and then Abel. These guys are going last anyway. Who's next? Or at least I think they're going last. We'll see. So 16, and then who's after 16?
I have a 13.
Okay. All right. All right, Kino. Who's next?
Henri's got a 9.
All right. Yeah,
Grin
still
also
beating
has a
them.
9.
Okay. Still beats these guys.
I managed to get a 3.
Oh, they actually do get to go before you. Okay. So they will both go before you. All right. They are absolutely shocked. So as you see these guys running in this turn, they are shocked and startled and cannot believe that there are these random people inside the fortress. You can tell this on their face. However, they are going to. This is bad for them. Okay. They are going to run. They have to run past you, Henri. Are you going to take an opportunity attack or let them pass?
Hmm.
It's up to you, but you decide quickly.
I would probably. They're both just trying to run past me.
You can tell the one is definitely not in an attack stance. It's all happening really quickly, but yeah, he doesn't look like he's attacking you. It looks like he's getting the hell out of here.
What about the second one?
You're not sure yet,
Mm.
but on this one, what do you want to do? this
Didn't
one-
we get a surprise round?
You do. It's just he was actually here. That's why this is all happening at once. Once Henri makes this decision, you guys get to go.
I don't think I would attack him if he was just trying to run by me.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go to initiative order then. If it's brother and Abel, right? You guys
Yep.
are both first.
Yep, Abel is first.
Oh, Abel's first. Okay. In that
Okay.
case.
So he's right
I'll
near
check that
me.
out. Yep.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes. He is right near you. Yep.
All right. I am going to, in that case, where is my defender currently?
He's right next to you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
he's right next to you. Yeah.
I'll make it happen. He's gonna draw a sword as an item interaction and
Yep.
strike the one in front of him with it.
Sure. So you want to move? You want to move up to him? Sure, of course. Yep.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
back
actually,
there.
no. You can strike him. You can strike him. Yeah,
Looks like
absolutely.
you have me next to him, right?
You do. You do. Yep. You're right. You're totally right. Yeah, you can strike him. Go for it. Go ahead and try to attack.
AC 25 for 15 damage.
Yeah, that's decent amount. You slash open this guy's chest as he's running and like very angry and confused by all this. But yep.
I will swing again.
Okay, go for it.
AC 14 for 17 damage.
14 does not hit, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I am going.
You can tell they're decently armored, by the way. You can tell they've got some armor going.
I'm gonna step past Henri. Flee.
Yep. Step past
Um,
Henry. Okay.
stand there. Tell the defender in Ravnikin or
Yep.
Vidalkin rather.
Yep.
Defend here. And then click my heels and pop back to where I am. So the defender's going to stand between Henri and that next.
Oh.
attacker.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So he's gonna. Gotcha.
My boots light up and I pop back right to where I was standing
Cool.
before.
Yep. No, I see. So you're putting the defender in. That's smart. Yep. Cool. All right. Okay. Awesome.
Turn.
All right, brother.
How many are there? Just 2?
Just 2 for right now. Yeah.
All right. I will cast Word of Radiance. So
Yep.
I need Constitution saving throws from both of them.
Okay. I think they fail.
They gotta
8.
be to 15.
Yeah, they fail. Yeah.
So that's 2d6.
That might be it. Let's see what happens.
Total of 8 radiant damage.
Okay.
He presents his holy symbol.
Yeah, the one that Abel attacked is doing very poorly. You notice he's almost dead.
I believe that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Your character can go, Gage.
Because it's the first round of combat against these guys, I get advantage on this attack. Natural 20.
Okay. Yep. So the way I do that is you get max damage for that
so-
attack. You get
so
max damage for that.
That would be I gotta do math for this. 19 damage plus whoops.
Yeah.
Plus
Well, it's okay.
my umbral ambush and sneak attack. So that's
Well-
gonna be like 30 total.
Yeah. So you shot him with a longbow, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you notice that this literally goes right through his skull, out the other side of his eye, kills him almost instantly. He falls over dead here.
Is there one left?
There is one left. Yeah.
All right. Well, I still have a second attack, and I also have a third attack.
Yep. Yep.
I'm sorry, I have to do all this. 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 4 damage.
Yep.
And then let me try it. Another natural 20 for 19 damage again.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot him. It grazes right in his neck, but hurts him pretty bad. I mean, he's bleeding all over.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
I gotta add my.
Yep.
I gotta add one more thing. Sorry.
Yep. Go for it.
Another 1 damage.
Okay. Yep. All right.
All right. And that will be my turn. I could have hunters marked, but I didn't.
All right. Okay, Kino.
All
Your
right.
turn.
Yeah, I'm going to move up. Let's see, where am I? I'm
You
gonna
have
just
enough.
move
You
up.
have enough if you want to get to him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make a melee attack against him with answer.
Yep. Go for it.
All right, so that would be minus. So that would be that'd be a 12 to hit.
No, it doesn't get through his armor.
All right, second attack.
Yep.
This time it's a 23.
Yeah. That you slice right through his armor that time. How much
10
damage?
10 magical slashing.
All right, so that does kill him. So this is what you know. So as you take answer out, the first time you don't get a square hit. The second time you go through and slash the guy's throat. Answer is happy that you're fighting a worthy enemy like Drugar. It is not happy with you that you killed an enemy while you were ambushing it, essentially, or it was surprised. But it's happy to fight nonetheless. But you do kill it. These are all things that you know telepathically from it. It doesn't
Yeah.
even talk. It's an emotional thing. So anyway,
Feeling a
all
lot of
right.
emotions right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Feeling
All
things.
right. Okay. Now you still have that directive, whatever it was. You don't exactly know who that came from, Kino, but you guess that it is from your god. Yes.
Yes. I I'm also just gonna say we need to move now.
Very
Now go
well.
ahead, go ahead, and now you guys have this other person that you have to deal with. Um, on top of that, the haze in the room hasn't changed. The 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 sound in the background has not changed either. But it's very clear at this point now that there is some kind of open direction of where these things can like run into from where you are. So
I'm just holding up the sword and going, friend or foe?
Oh, friend, friend, easy friend. You're not
Well, you seem to.
dark skinned, so easy.
I mean, we'll unpack all that later. That's a hell of a sentence. Um, if listen, if I didn't have orders right now, we would talk about that. But we got to move.
Sorry, spend a lot of time amongst them. Kind of got used to their ways.
All right, follow the purple halo, and I'm walking.
I'm gonna try to run up behind Kino and like just grab the edge of her cloak and follow behind her.
It's neat.
yeah, I mean
Hold
that's the other
hands.
I'm going to
thing. By the
quickly pat
way,
down the one at my feet.
just keep in mind, everyone saw Kino bathed in like this purple, crazy, like super unbelievably bright of purple chaotic energy on top of that. So
Brother can't see shit, but he is not impressed.
I
What else is new?
you would have seen
I'm
this
going
as
to
well. It
quickly
was
pat
that
down the
dramatic,
one
yeah.
at my feet just to see if he has keys or anything.
It doesn't look like he does. However, they both have what looks like scale mail armor on. They also have maces. And then they also have they do have various gems on them that are worth a decent amount of money. So when you start looking through it, they've got around 50 gold pieces worth of like smaller gems. Each of them do.
Okay,
will just
They must
plug
be
my
using it as currency or something.
I'll plug my
throw
arrows
those
out
in
of
my
their
bag.
corpses.
Yep.
Anu
And I'll
will
just,
actually, if we like walk past the new person, she'll like wave at the new person, but continue following Kino.
oh
You said that
hi.
was 50 gold worth of gems.
Yes, between the two of them. Yep. And
You're
you,
all-
by the way, you once you start inspecting them, you realize that these are uncut gems, but they have some like very distinct markings on them. These are probably currency that they're using between themselves.
and you would see the new guy take out a dagger and go to one of their each just take a finger off of each one, and he just takes those fingers and he puts them in a drawstring pouch and cinches it shut.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm not removing it, but just quick assessment as a smith: the armor is well made or not?
Decently well made.
Okay.
Yes, it's well made. The only thing that's not ideal that you think about is this could have easily been some kind of plate armor, but it looks like they ran out of resources, or maybe they just decided that it was just too hard for their forces because um, there's basically leather where you would expect there to see like this reinforced plate, and it could have been made like you would have made it way better. It
Okay.
looks like it's hastily made, but it does look like it's good quality. Looks like the
Okay.
quality of the steel and everything is excellent. So as you guys are walking up this area, Kino, this is where you saw lead you to this area here. So this is the entrance here. It shows that there's a brazier here with something like some kind of like thing on the other side of this wall. You're sure that you have to get through this wall in some capacity.
All right. I I'm gonna start checking out the brazier, but I'm also gonna, since Henri's holding on to me, I'm just gonna. You're still holding the torch, right?
I'll just
Honorary?
casually walk behind them, like
Sorry.
twiddling an arrow.
At no
Yep.
point I wasn't holding a torch. I can or I can cast dancing lights.
I'll give you mine, and I'll just say we need Abel. We need everyone here.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna yell, Abel!
I come and my defender's following me.
Yeah, you
Here I
should
come.
probably should have thought that through more, but she totally would have just yelled for Abel.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Ooh, that was. You watch
mean-
as the new guy, like when you yell out, he like visibly winces.
Look, I don't.
Yep.
We're not the stealthiest bunch, and
Um,
you see,
hey, more power to you. Everyone's got to do it their own way.
Outright glow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's weird.
I'm wearing a glowing purple halo. I'm not exactly good at hiding.
I don't understand your fashion choices, but well, no, I
You
just don't
will.
understand them.
Fashion seems like a thing that's above your head,
Yeah, yeah.
but I do like what you can do with a bow. And keep an eye out. I'm checking out the
Oh,
this
I already
brazier
killed
there.
them all back that way.
I think we got more than 3.
No, yeah, there was.
Do you know of any other dangers you could warn us about as we're heading that way?
Oh, yeah, probably.
I'm
Well,
I'm gonna wait until Abel gets here, and then I'm gonna aid him in an investigation check.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Abel.
I'm doing the tactile work with my mage hand.
Yeah, what Kino's doing is he's pointing out the area that he thinks you should be investigating something, and it's like above the brazier over here. You don't know. It's just that when you saw this here, you know it's in this general area. You know there's something on the other side of this wall because you saw it yourself. You
Chris,
don't know
would
how to get to
I
it.
kn-
Go
would
ahead.
I know?
No, in this case you don't. No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just gonna
Am I
let Abel
actually
know.
rolling with advantage? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can roll with advantage. Yep. Yeah, Kino's helping you, so you can roll with advantage here. Yep.
There has to be a hidden door somewhere behind here. I see
oh
a
my
hallway.
god, an 11.
Oh,
So the only thing that you find with an 11 at this side is you don't find any hidden mechanisms or anything, but this is hollow. This stone here is completely hollow. You just don't know yet what's going on.
Should I try and bash through it?
Anyone can try to make investigation checks, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be like everyone can try. Abel, you
And-
can try after a little bit, but go ahead.
and Chris, just by the way, because this is in my favorite terrain,
Yep.
there are some bonuses that will apply to the group as long as they stay within as long as they stay with me. We can
Yep.
travel at a stealthily at a normal pace. We cannot get lost, and if I decide to track someone, I know exactly how many people came through, how long ago they came through, and what sizes they are.
Very cool. Yep. Yeah, that'll be useful. Yep.
And Chris, I just know the space I'm headed to, right? I don't know anything besides the
That
area.
unfortunately, that's right. You saw
Okay.
in your vision that there is absolutely a cave behind this area that you can go down very deep down to the earth with, and that's where it was directing you. So you tell Abel that. The problem is it didn't tell you, unfortunately, how to get there or how to open this wall up or any of that. And there's no visible buttons or no, at least not yet. There's nothing. There's nothing that looks like that. However, Abel was able to determine, just because he's an expert at this, that even though he wasn't able to find exactly how to do it yet, he did realize that this here is hollow on the inside.
Chris, can I roll to see if there's any like footprints that have passed like through this wall?
Yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah,
Sweet.
actually, you can roll. You can roll. You can roll. The problem is that right now it's so hazy that all perception checks are at disadvantage. Just keep that in mind.
Well, it's
but
tracking would be
it's survival. Oh, that's
Yep.
fine. Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to double my proficiency bonus for survival. So 28.
Okay. So you are able to realize that there's not actually any kind of footprints, but the the way that this actually has like little like marks in it from this side where my mouse is, if you can see it, it looks like the wall has been moved several different times. So at the very least, it looks like it has been open. Now, the other thing that you notice is because of the haze, these are microscopic, like these are very, very, very tiny soot settlings, and you can tell even though you can't see what's been going back here, there has been disturbances in it. So people have been walking through this door. Yes. You don't know how long ago. You think it was a while ago. That was a very, very high roll. So you're not exactly sure. Like this would have been like this is an expert level thing. Like normally you wouldn't even be able to tell, but
Well,
just from the soot patterns, yes, you can tell that people have gone back and forth.
I would be able to know exactly like how long ago someone went through here and how many people passed through.
Yeah. So it looks like it was like several months ago. So it looks like 6 to 7 months ago was the last time somebody went through here, and it was 4 people.
Wait, that's new.
Yeah.
I didn't see that before.
So Abel's gonna pick up one of the picks out of the bag that we found before.
That's one of
Yep.
those moving door things, by the way.
We
I
shouldn't
feel like
smash.
you already knew that, but
Let's
Yeah.
get it open.
Oh, it's a moving door.
yeah, about
Oh, okay. I just knew it
not
was
very
hollow.
not very frequently used one either. But I'm sure you. I mean, you saw that.
Oh, I'll try to figure out how to open it. You guys might want to stand back.
Oh yeah.
I can aid you. I mean, I could, but if it's just a door,
Is it ever
It
just a
go for it.
door?
matters. Oh yeah, I'm. Oh wait, you
Are-
aided.
Are you pro Durgar or anti Durgar, by the way?
Auntie.
Oh,
And-
good,
Anti
cool.
for sure.
Pro us.
Bitchin'.
A 19.
Okay.
Investigate if that is necessary.
That
All
would
right,
that
yep.
would have been awkward.
So you so as you start to like look again and go through everything, you realize that there is a tiny mechanism inside this box that is essentially activated by a certain noise or tone. As you start looking and start to like go through, you put your hands in there, you do a couple whistles and a couple tones themselves. There is a password that activates this by whistling, you think, or some other high pitched sound. No one has the password. No one knows what that is exactly, but that is why you couldn't figure this out. That's why this is like God level expertly made. Like this is an amazingly complicated, amazingly fine-tuned thing. You're actually in awe of how awesome this must be on the inside of the stone, Abel. It must be like this is something you've never seen before. It's activated by sound in some capacity. And it's smart enough to remember that sound, and it's smart enough to know who's doing the sound. This is a very complicated device.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. I want to figure this out, but I have no idea how to open this.
We could get you a sample.
I mean, I know
but
how to, but we need like a bard or something, like to just whistle the right way or something. I'm inclined to just beat it open with the pick, but
Yeah. So Abel,
We can go back the way I came if you guys want to kill more Durgar.
we have
I
mission.
mean that's part of why we're here.
Well, yes, but there's something in here.
It,
Hey,
would I kind of have an idea of where this would lead?
you know that from the makeup of the whole place, if you had to guess, it there certainly leads down into the lower areas. You were never able to get down to the lowest area because of the person that leads this thing is super super paranoid and would even kill his own on sight. It was just too dangerous, wasn't worth it for you. And quite frankly, it also the smoke gets so bad down there that you were kind of like adhered to not like go that area. Although eventually you had plans to eventually try to. It's just that once you got down there, it got really hard to breathe, and you were like, "Fuck this shit." But, however, the only other thing that you would know is that, I mean, you overheard Abel saying this was like the most. This must be something that like you think the king himself potentially uses. So this must be like a device or something that it's very possible that he's using it, considering that
So
it's so important. Because you've never seen anyone else use this. I mean, you've been in this area plenty of times and never even seen this thing open. So
the mage hand comes over to you, points at you, and hey, bow guy. You ever hear them signal with each other with whistles or something?
and you have occasionally
Yeah.
seen the Dugar whistle to each other and do other things, but you you're like thinking back. You actually play back some of the whistles that you actually remember, since you're good at like observing these or whatever.
I do speak Undercommon as well.
Yep, but none of those work. Yeah, none of them work.
I just
And you've
I
never
start
heard
going through
anyone.
I start going through like whistles, and I'm like,
Yep.
I'm not the best. I can only whistle like sometimes.
Yeah, not
I
only
never
that,
heard
you've never heard the guards even talk about something like this. You wonder
I'm-
if they even know about it.
I'm pretty sure this is Ardarok's bolt hole, which is good because if he runs away from me, I know where he went now. So thanks for all the help, everyone.
You start
Um,
putting two and two together, by the way, thinking about this or whatever, and you wonder if maybe this is why you couldn't ever find the forge. So the Durgard always talk about this forge. It's the most amazing thing within Sunblight. You have never seen it. They all talk about it. They all talk about how they're lucky to get in. Only like the best of them even get to see it. It's supposed to be like the crown jewel of this entire fortress. They brag about it. So they're actually not supposed to talk about it at all under penalty of death, but they still brag about it to their other people to essentially show how much better they are at the other guys or whatever. And the reason why you know it's penalty of death is you actually saw one stupid enough to brag to the wrong person, and he was executed for it. So that's how you know about it. However, you almost thought to some degree that maybe it wasn't even real, because there just wasn't like a real way to like get there, and even if you could, the smoke is so bad that it seemed like whatever was down there was just like maybe like just like a pit of fire or something. And like, but long story short, now you're realizing, well, maybe there's like a easier way to get to it or something, and it must be through this thing, maybe. But again, it was 6 months since the last person has even opened this thing.
Sweet. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. No, I would try knocking, but I don't think that will work. So
Let's smash
Oh.
it open.
I'm gonna try imitating some of the whistles I heard. I have we gotten your name yet? In character?
Well, I
no.
feel like that would work.
You do think it's audio based, but it's you're just not sure. Maybe he's really bad at it, but it's also possible he
I
doesn't
am
know
really
the
bad
combination.
at it.
I'm
It's
gonna
also possible he just doesn't know the combination too.
I'm gonna
Give-
try it with a few like
Yep.
draconic kind of undertones, if that's even a thing. Whistling in draconic.
Yep.
Uh, but other than
Throat
that,
singing overtones.
This whistle is in French.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
Overtone whistling. It's completely possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, Chris, while they're all standing here doing this, I'm going to sort of turn away from the rest of the group and pull out the Talixin real quick and activate it.
Okay, perfect. So you do go ahead and
Be right
activate the
back.
Taliban. Yeah, that's good idea, brother. Hold on.
Give me one of them pickaxes. I'll get this door open.
This is what
There
you
you
see.
go.
This is what you see with the talisman. So you activate the talisman. Sure enough, um, the talisman itself, for whatever reason, is allowing you to see this secret passage. Maybe because you knew about it, potentially, but you're not sure, because normally it does not show you secret areas. It does go to an area beyond this. Now, it also goes to an area over here that doesn't look like it's part of the structure, but somehow connected, so it's mapping it out for you. Um, this is the one thing that's strange, though. As you start going through, you see that there's an area that goes back here, but as it starts to map out this area, for the first time, this area here is completely blocked off. You know this because of your passive perception, that the edges are wavy to your vision, which means that there very well seems to be something here, but you cannot see it. You don't know why. It also maps out all of this other area, so as you're on top here, you get to see the entire thing here. You see that there's more rooms over to the north, um, and a much larger place over here. Um, and then as you get to this area here, so there's quite a big part of the dungeon, and you can always come back to this, brother, because this is a very complex dungeon, and it's going to be you're going to have to see this a couple times. But as you get to this area here, the same thing has happened. You cannot see what's actually in this area. You don't know if they're connected or not. Yeah, you don't know if they're connected or not, but something is blocking your item's ability to map it out. Then
Huh.
then you
Can-
see all
Can you
this
just
other
can
things
you
too.
just tell me where like I've never seen, like whenever you're going through, you just be like, this is the
Yes.
furthest you've gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Thanks.
so first and foremost, you have not been down in this area here. This is all
Okay.
new to you. This area here is all new to you. This part here, which you can see as well, you can already tell that there's plant life and fauna here. This is all Underdark. This must lead right into the freaking Underdark here, which you can
Can,
see.
can we
Um,
all see this? Little...
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The whole group. Once he activates. Well, it's actually. I take that back. Brother has to. Brother has to open that up to you. So
Yeah, I
that's.
wouldn't have.
Yeah. 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 So right
That's
now,
okay.
no, actually, but everyone else in the party can. But he has to. He has to like basically allow you to see it. Then on this side here, brother, there's just a massive amount of other things too. So we can always come back to this. And of course, there could be secret passageways that will not be like opened up on this side. But again, the thing that you're so confused by is normally you can't see past this, but it must have something to do with the fact that you know that there's a secret wall here, which is why it's allowing you to see past. So anyway,
And
Interesting.
and brother,
so
you said that we could all see this.
Yes.
correct. Yeah, everyone can
Well,
see it as long as he allows it.
since,
Now, unless brother didn't allow you to see it for whatever reason, Kino. But yeah.
since I didn't see it, you would just. I have cartographer's tools, so this entire time I've been down here, I've been making a map, and
Well, we do as well.
yeah, I just spread it out, and I'm like kind of just like muttering to myself. If anyone looks at this map, it's pretty good, but like where there are rooms, he's like doodled little pictures on there to represent what's in the room.
Yep.
Grin's gonna take a pickaxe from Abel. And he's gonna say, "Everyone, just stand back for a minute. Let me try and get this door open."
Yep.
Okay,
Go ahead and roll to attack.
I fill in more rooms that I've been to
Yep.
today.
Roll to attack with a pickaxe.
I think you're gonna have to like you're trying to literally pickaxe through the wall, right?
Yeah, I don't have a pickaxe as one of my weapons, but I can add that really quickly.
When you're doing pickaxe stuff to brute force through it, just like any weapon, you literally just to try to attack the wall. That's got a crap load of AC and tons of hit points, but you can do it.
I just have
Yep.
to add a
Isn't
pickaxe to
it
my weapon.
special or something?
Yep.
Isn't it a special material or magic or something?
The only it looks like pure solid heavy stone, a granite like stone. That part doesn't look like it's magic. However, the mechanism inside very well could be, of course.
I meant to pick.
Oh,
So it's the
the
magic
magical
one.
pickaxe. Yes. Gotcha.
I don't know what effect that has or if it helps at all. It's just
And just so we're clear, the Gage's character wouldn't know what I did, what I activated, or what
No,
anybody else.
No,
yeah,
no,
that
no,
was yeah,
no,
yeah.
not at all.
Got it.
Yep.
I don't even know you did anything. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there is no pickaxe weapon.
You can just
War
do.
pick?
I'm actually surprised by that. I thought
I
there
think
was.
it.
Yeah.
I think it shares the stats
War
as the
pick.
sickle.
it's just
There's a-
any pick or war.
I think there's a war pick.
There's a war pick and there's a
There's-
sickle.
Yeah, you can just use a war pick. I'm fine with that. I'm
Okay.
fine with that. Anyway, so you can go ahead and start to do it, and just go ahead and roll. You're just have to roll over and over again on attack, and I'll let you know. But the thing is that as you start doing this, once you eventually do start hitting, the damage that you're making, it doesn't even matter if you crit this, is so small. Grin, it's going to take a while, like maybe days to make any difference here.
Crit it.
And I also rolled a nat 1, so
Yeah. Well, in that case, Grin really should like go through, hit it, and then unfortunately, like it bounces back and like sticks into Grin somewhere. But we're not going to do that. But
Oh,
yeah, so
poor
Grin just hits it and he goes through, and the first time not so well. Like he misses the wall somehow, but then hits it again. But he's trying his best. You guys can tell that he's really trying to help.
Chris,
I got an 18 on the second one.
So
as
we can
Go ahead.
we can see through the wall right now thanks to the amulet thing, right?
That's right. Yep. You can
Can
see
we
that it's
see-
actually here.
Can we see
Yeah.
any lever or such on the other side?
There's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing. And this is actually just cave. It's actually cave on the other side too. That's the thing. It's not even dungeon. It's like natural cave rock on the other side.
As this is my favorite terrain, would I have any idea the feasibility of this pickaxe through the wall plan?
Yeah, you think that it would take weeks to even get here.
I
To
will
get anywhere.
communicate that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think that's
Yeah.
if you're on a time sensitive plan mission thing, that might forestall that.
All right,
It might
Kino.
work.
Quinn's gonna
You
get
look
real
strong.
frustrated, and he's gonna give the pick
Yes.
back to Abel.
All right. So
Yeah.
so
And unless we
after
have the right key or magic, I don't think we're getting through.
so after like 5 or 10 minutes of all of this going back and forth with this, Kino, you now have it, like, inherently you have an option. This is like a god level option that you have. If you want to, you can expend every single one of your spell slots and take 2 points of exhaustion and get insight into this. You know this inherently. Um, but it's going to you're basically going to use up like all of your abilities. So you use up every single ability that you currently have. It's as if you've already done them. If you have once a day things, they're gone. If you have all your spell slots are gone, you're basically useless for today, and you have 2 points of exhaustion, which sucks. But you can get insight.
That would also get rid of all of my lay on hands.
Yes, correct.
Uh,
It dispels everything.
Oh no. But I is my HP fine?
Yeah, it's not going to kill you. It's just that going to render you exhausted, and it's a huge tax on you, essentially.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. So no one knows what we just talked about, Kino, but you guys see that Kino like falls to her knees, and the same purple column of light goes up. You notice that as this happens, it looks like she's like praying fervently, but she also has a ton of like actual like weight on her. It's a strange thing that all of you guys see. On top of that, everyone that's next to her, so brother, Grin, Henri, you guys can feel what feels like almost it's heat. Like there's a definite level of heat right next to like you as this happens. It's gone through. Kino, you now know the combination, but like I said, every single one of your ability, everything is completely like you've used everything. You will no longer. You can't even like anything that has charges is gone.
Okay. I'm going to stand up, walk
Yep.
to the door, and say the password.
It's a whistle. Yep. So you do go ahead and whistle the and and everyone like sees this kind of in awe. And sure enough, as Kino does this, the wall slowly but surely slides over, opens, folds down on itself, and then drops. It's as if it drops like a basically like a rock all the way down. And then you finally hear it like stop to where it's going with a huge, large thud. And sure enough, there is everyone can squeeze through it. You have to do it one at a time, but you can squeeze through into this area. Everyone sees this.
What did you just do?
That's
I
neat.
opened it. Also, I'm very tired. That was it for me.
Do you
That's
want
all
a
I can
berry?
do.
believe a correction may be in order. You did not open it. She did.
Well,
She. Hmm.
I
I
am
know that
Kino.
heat
I shake
signature.
your hands.
Hi. Do you want a
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want a berry?
Yes, please.
I give Kino a good berry.
Yep. Does that remove exhaustion? I forget.
No, it doesn't.
Provides nourishment for an entire day, so it just makes
Right.
her feel better.
Right. That's what I thought. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I've got 10 of them in a little pocket on
I'm
my
still
vest.
very tired,
Solid.
but
But you're
it was
not
a good berry.
hungry now, so
That's true.
positives.
I had too much milk for breakfast.
Does anyone else want a berry? I got tons of them.
I
I've been
like to
eating them for
brother.
like a long time.
I suppose if we're going
I'll take
to
one.
ascend,
Okay, I give you a berry.
Yep.
I eat it.
it's been
I
a
don't-
long
I-
time.
All right. So Kino, do you push through them and go out into it, or are you waiting?
Did
I-
Elise want a berry?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have a berry too.
I
I'll
help
walk for it.
Kino, seeing that she's
Yeah, me and Grin will
Gone
take
then.
an arm around her and push
Yeah.
her through.
come on.
Whew, that was a rush.
So is
Kinda
it rude to ask who you are and what you're doing here?
We'll
Yes.
get to that in a little bit. We gotta move.
Oh, okay. Well,
All
I
right,
couldn't
Probably
do
Kino.
hurt
that.
on me.
I couldn't do that. So yeah, I mean, must be like the
Well,
most powerful
we'll have
wizard
time.
that's ever existed.
So right, exactly. So Kino, as you come up here, the first thing you notice is that this is dangerous. So there's a huge rock cliff down here. There's no stairs. It's just a rock face that goes all the way down what looks like 100, 150 feet all the way to the bottom. There's nothing that looks like it is friendly here. Um, you don't think that you could easily climb down this looking at it.
I have. You said 150 feet.
Yes. It's around 150 feet. I could be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's like 165 feet. That's right.
I'm going to tie. I have one piece of hemp rope and 2 pieces of silk rope and a grappling hook.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if I can get the hook into anywhere in the rock, and I'm gonna say, okay, well, normally I'd be able to cast Featherfall, but I'm tapped for today.
Yep.
So it
We
looks like we're doing this the old-fashioned way.
Rope and pines it is.
Do we have Eyes Black's Ring of Featherfall?
You do.
Who do?
Well, he
We
gave it
You
to the
do?
group before he left. I'm not
do
sure who
what?
picked it up. He
that
threw it
voodoo?
through the portal. Yeah, Eyes Black
Remind me
threw
of
the
the
ring
babe.
through the portal. Yeah.
well, it's not me.
Uh, I mean, I'll. Oof, I'm probably not good at climbing right now.
Very good.
Maybe I could like climb down with you, and in case you fall, I cast Dimension Door. That way we can catch the fall.
How do I add exhaustion to my character sheet on D&D Beyond?
Up on the conditions section on the top right.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, you can take a look. There are certain different things that happen as you get more and more points of exhaustion. So just take a look at that real quick.
Yeah.
Henri, do you want to climb into the backpack to go down?
Yes, please.
You want me to grab someone, throw someone in the pouch, and they fall down?
You
I can
do
go in the
that?
pouch.
I just hold the bag open, hold your breath, get in, and I'll jump down.
It's amazing.
I hop in the back. I'm probably small enough to fit.
Who's going?
Well,
I
if
mean-
you've got her holding her breath, you might want to go first.
Well, I've got it open
Well,
still.
right. So the bag has 10 minutes of air. After that, you're gonna have to hold your breath or you die, essentially. Yep.
The
If we're
one
talking
with
about the bag of holding. If we're talking about the bag of holding, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't have a special space can jump in here, and I'll jump down, and I'll get us down safe.
Wait, special space?
We have things.
Chris, what do I see on the wall there?
You do see
Like, what are-
branches. There's branches that are there's several branches as you go down. And then on the other side, it's just cavern. So what I didn't model because it's just too hard when you're opening these up, all this is just rock wall. It's all cavern and all the way up you are as well. So this is
We
just
want-
a very deep cavern.
Well, I take her out for a second. Before we go down there, do we want to leave a rope down? Do we?
Well, I'm leaving. I have a 150-foot rope. I'm gonna.
I have a lot of rope too.
Also,
Okay, so just in case we need to get out of here on a climb for some reason.
I'm just gonna cast chill touch on one of the branches real quick.
Yep. It doesn't react to you. It doesn't seem like
Okay.
it's going to attack you. Yep.
I can make rope just stay if we need it, but it only works on like 60 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, we have something exactly for this. And I pull up the rope out of the bag of holding.
oh, I almost completely forgot about that.
I did. I don't know what that is.
We got
Rope
it
of
before
climbing.
you.
It's
Rope
a
of climbing,
rope
I reckon.
trick.
Yeah, the enchanted rope, 100 feet long.
Well, Which
here,
I think
tie my
actually Anu wouldn't know about. Sorry.
tie my basic 50 feet of rope at the end of it, and there you go. You got it made in the shade.
Not how that works, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. If you
All right,
want,
so whoever's going to go down first, they can just extend the rope when they get down there.
Well, do you want me to go down first and check it out for you guys? I've been around here a long time, and I'm pretty good at hiding.
Sure.
that's not a bad idea. Are you gonna leave us when she get to the bottom?
No, I'll shoot an arrow back up, and when you hear it hit the top, it's good to come back down. I can shoot this shit far.
As long as you promise not to hit me or anyone else,
Well,
I'm fine.
don't be if you're not, as long as you're not on the roof,
I'll do my best.
Okay, so you want to go down first?
Yeah, I'll just
Yep.
uh,
Go ahead.
I,
It's an easy dexterity check for you. Actually, what is your dexterity? What's your modifier?
uh for acrobatics
Yes, but
uh
what's your straight up dex modifier too? Is
plus
it
3.
Yeah, so you don't have to make a check. So you can go down here without. It's fine. So as long as the rope is set up and whatever, you don't even have to make a check for this. You'll be able to do it.
Just go down like Australian style, inverted.
Yep. Yeah. So this is dangerous enough that anyone with a +1 or +0 obviously needs to make a check. A +2 though, or +3, you're fine with the rope.
That's
First strength.
acrobatics or athletics.
That's with so you can actually use either to go down ropes. It depends on how you go down. So you can use athletics, you can use acrobatics. Be
I like
careful.
to imagine that he made like a jury rig, like rappelling rig, and it's like kicking off the wall, going down.
Yeah, it
But
just
Can he?
it depends on how you're getting down exactly. If you're using your strength, it's acrobatic. So, for instance, if you're keeping yourself up and going through it, but if you're also like putting the rope around your waist and letting it out, and then also like doing actual acrobatics to get down, like basically kicking off of it while you're letting it down, you don't have to use your strength. You can use things like that. So, but if you have a dex modifier that's higher than a +1, you can use that to just get down without having to roll.
so, what would I see
Oh,
at the bottom?
Yep. So it takes you a little bit to get there. Once you get to the bottom, this is exactly what you see actually. So hold on. So it's a cave that's basically quiet. There's like nothing going on like in here. What's your passive perception?
19.
Okay. All right. The one thing that you do notice is that you can hear that oh god. You can hear that there's air um uh essentially like going in between cracks here. Which means there must be a passageway beyond this somewhere. There's either cracks or passageways beyond this chamber. Now, there's also if you want, you can just walk around the corner here, and there's certainly like more things over in this direction. But there's also cracks in the actual facade here, so there must be
Okay,
something. You can feel it too.
so
You can hear it.
I'm gonna make a stealth check.
Yep. Yep. Go for it.
That's gonna be a 27, and I'm invisible to people that rely on dark vision to see.
Cool. Yep. Very cool.
And I just want to kind of look around before I give the all clear.
Yeah, so you give it a thorough look, and it does look like there's no enemies down here. The one thing that you do notice is you notice that there are these very, very, very small worm-like creatures that you've seen in the Underdark before. They generally are not bad, although if enough of them came around, like if a whole swarm of them came around and started like biting you, they are toxic, but it's in small doses. You have to get bit by like 30 of these at once for it to
What
affect you.
would I know what these creatures are?
You know that they're called blight worms, and they're in the Underdark. But for the most part, like I said, they don't attack you. However, if you're in one of their nests, then they would be dangerous. This is not a blight worm nest, you're sure.
Okay,
But it
then
is
I'm going.
Underdark. But it is an Underdark creature.
Yeah, I'm going
Yep.
to take an arrow, tie a message to it, and shoot it up so that it lands in the hallway.
Okay.
Because I got sharps here, so I can shoot 600 yards
Yep.
or
Perfect.
600 feet.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you do that. That's fine. Yep. So you're shooting it back up at an angle to kind of
That-
like hit the.
Yeah, it's gonna hit the top of the. I'm gonna lose the arrow because it's gonna hit
Yep.
stone, so it's gonna be broken as hell. But it's gonna hit the roof of the passageway and just like clink back down in
Yep.
front of Kino.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Before I even attempt to descend, I know John's away for a second, but when he returns, I'm going to ask Brother if he has anything he could do for my exhaustion.
Yep.
There's a note on that arrow, by the way.
I use Mage Hand. I reach out and grab it.
Yeah, it's right on the floor in front of you. So you pick it up. What does the note say?
Yeah.
All safe, looks clear. Blightworm infestation, maybe? Question mark. And then there's a smiley face at the end.
Oh, great. That sounds wonderful. So I guess it's a little too late to attune to the ring, but and I don't have Featherfall or Cure Wounds
I
or
have
Lay
it.
on Hands.
Chris, how old do these worms look?
They're young.
They're
You
young.
think they're in the first 30 to 60 days of gestation, so they're young. You know, these worms only live for like 3 or 4 years, so.
I'm gonna see if they're hungry. I'm gonna pick out a thing of meat that I have in my rations and toss it to them.
Yep.
If they've eaten recently, they should leave us alone.
Yep.
But so I'm gonna see if they're hungry. I'm gonna flick the meat into the big
Yeah.
pile of them.
Yeah.
Gross.
They actually seem to kind of be like ignoring it for the most part. A couple of the worms do start eating it, but you don't think this is going to end up being anything dangerous.
Okay, well, better safe than sorry.
Yep. Yep. What do you guys want to do?
Grin is gonna
I'm
try
gonna
and head
use the
down.
featherfall
Okay,
first.
great.
One who
What's
needs to-
I know you're super strong, but what's your dex modifier?
+1.
All right. Well, you can use your strength if you want to try to get down.
Can I use
So
athletics? You said?
Athletics,
Okay,
yes.
great.
You can use athletics. Yep.
Character, are these like baby purple worms?
No, they are definitely
Good.
different. They're definitely different. No, that would be horrible. But these are definitely different. These are blight worms, and they're only in the Underdark, and they are not purple worms. Yeah.
19.
All right. Yeah, you were able to get down pretty easily. So, oops, wrong. Yep. So you see that a half orc comes down with you, and you're down there now, Grin.
And then I let Henri out of my backpack.
Yep. Yeah, you're definitely
Hey.
able to do this so that she doesn't even have time to worry about suffocating. Yep.
Watch the worms.
I would hope that I don't worry about suffocating in the backpack.
Would
Oh,
it's
you're
just a
not in the
normal
bag of
backpack.
holding. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, I thought you.
I'm
put
the
her
Yeah,
bag
no,
of
I was in the
holding.
backpack.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Gotcha. You're
Are
fine.
you in elevator service?
would maybe Brother and Abel be opposed to if I pull up the rope for a second and tie it around my waist? Could they just lower me down? Would that be possible?
Kino, I'll catch you.
Yeah. Yeah, of course they could.
I don't want to
yeah.
kill Henri along with myself. I'd
You know
rather
what?
just die. I don't.
Come on, it'll go great.
I will try
And
to
as you
help, but I am not strong.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
Abram-
damage.
Abram is just staring at Henri.
What?
Well, because she just said, come on, I'll catch you. And it's just this tiny little human with her arms spread out. Like, how are you
Yeah.
planning on catching anything?
Grid's gonna call. Oh yeah, I'm here too. Don't worry.
Okay, well, I feel a little no offense, Henri.
None
I say
taken.
through message.
I'm just shouting again, by the way.
If
We already
I'm
crushed Henri once this campaign.
She
yeah,
lived.
but I'm wearing plate. I would feel so bad if I either killed you or Butterball. Also,
Oh, right.
if I really flub this this descent, you might want to port me.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Are you guys?
Is it-
I'm assuming screaming this up that 180 foot.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm screaming, Kino isn't.
Grin
I'm
is.
casting.
I'm
Oh, I
gonna
guess I'm
walk
out of range.
down the hall. I'm gonna watch down the hallway as they're screaming.
That's fine.
Yep.
We're on a mission from God.
Is it like you're just making one check to go down?
Yeah, just one
Um,
check.
Okay, then I'll
I'm
point it.
hoping. I'm hoping that I can do it with advantage to counteract my disadvantage if Brother helps lower me down with Abel.
This is what you see. So this is surprising to you. You're like,
I will try to help lower you down
you really do
as I
start thinking to yourself like, Why? Like, you didn't even know that this was connected to the Underdark, although of course it makes sense now. You see glow caps right here. These are actual glow caps. They glow a very faint green. You know these. These are all over the Underdark. And surprisingly, this looks like one of those quick tunnels. So event. So as you start seeing that, your blood runs cold. You hate these things. So quick tunnels are some kind of magical aberration that only exists within the Underdark. It's not a portal, but what it does is it allows you to basically stretch two different caverns that are very, 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 very far apart from one another and make it so that it looks like you're just walking 30 feet when you're actually traveling sometimes thousands of miles. These things are unconventional and also dangerous. Sometimes when you're walking through it, you get stuck in these quick tunnels. You've heard stories of people getting stuck, where they get stuck and then it takes like they literally like disappear and they come back dead because they literally had starved to death walking in an endless tunnel. Their body materializes, but it looks like they were walking for like days or whatever. So you don't mess with these. These are like kind of scary to you. You've heard bad things about them. You've heard all the stories, but you can tell, and the reason why you can tell that they're quick tunnels is because on the sides of where the cave tunnel is, you can see that the glow caps and other things have been smeared in this really weird reality bending way that is a telltale sign that these are quick tunnels into the Underdark. So even though you can see it at the end of this thing here, whatever this thing is, this whole area in the Underdark, it's far away from where you are. And either this quick tunnel was naturally occurring or it was made or whatever. You don't know how these things come to be, but these are dangerous. You can also
Hey,
see off into the distance on the right, there's a way to get into the back of this sunblight again through this area.
hey, brother, would you be able to maybe get rid of some of my exhaustion?
I looked. I don't have anything to do for it today.
Please.
I don't think I have one that clears that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you hold this rope while I go get lowered to my death?
Wait, do we
You
have
could
people
jump
at the bottom?
Yep, there's
Yes.
3 people at the bottom now.
Grin's gonna catch me.
I'll just say look out below, and I'll throw out one end of the 100-foot length of enchanted rope.
Okay. Yep. So it gets down to like more than halfway, obviously.
I also have, 150-foot silken, what is it? Silken hemp rope that I tied together with a grappling hook at one end. Um, yeah, could you just hold on to this and maybe I'm gonna try and climb down, but just in case you know, I mess up, just hold me so I don't fall 150 feet in plate armor.
You'll be fine.
Please, please don't kill me.
I,
Oh,
I,
hold on.
I explained to you how to use the flex the armor to be a little more careful going down and climbing in armor.
Yep.
And I'll give her guidance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Cool.
I'll
I'm
remind
good.
you if it looks like you're forgetting.
All right, thank you. I'll be listening out. Chris, did you say that this possibly could be an athletics check?
Correct. They can be
Well-
athletics or acrobatics. Yep.
Wasn't Henri just gonna portent your climb?
Yeah.
Would you be able to do that after I made the check?
No.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Portent has.
Yep.
That's the drawback of portent. It has to be before the
Yep.
roll.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
why I wanted to
Okay.
remind you before you rolled.
That's
Yeah.
a good call.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be portenting the roll. It's gonna be a 16.
Remember, and by the way, I this is your one reminder. But before you go to bed tonight, Henri, if you do not remember, if you don't change your
I
portent
already
roll,
did. No, I
okay,
did it.
all
At,
right,
I
cool.
did it at the start of the day. I got 2 15s. I changed one into a 16.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, yep. If you ever miss that, it's gone forever. Just as an FYI.
Mhm.
Yep.
I try
Okay.
to remember every day, but yeah, I did already
Yeah, and
change
I know
one.
it's a pain in the ass too. It sucks that you have something like that, but yeah, it will go forever. But anyway, okay. So, all right. So you ported it. What'd you get? What was
So
the
a
roll?
16 plus 3, You
Okay.
ported it to a 16, and then I have a +3 strength, so 19.
Yeah, you're fine. So you get down. Even though you're exhausted and going through it, you carefully get down, and you are fine. Now, Kino, as soon as you get down, you know where to go.
Yeah, I'll wait for the rest of the party, but I'm gonna give
Yep.
Henri a hug and thank her, and tell her where we're going next.
Yep.
I try to be
All right.
helpful.
All right. So who's last here? I mean, who's still
I
up
still
there?
have
It's
to get
brother,
down.
Abel, and
Elda's in the bag
yeah,
with
Elda.
Abel.
Yep. Cool.
I'll let Abel go down first.
All right, Abel, go for it.
Am I bringing anyone down in the bag?
Elda's in the bag.
Okay. Yep. All right. So
Um,
Elda climbs in.
I'm gonna attempt to climb down, and if it goes bad, I'm gonna push off in Featherfall.
Sure. Of course. Yep. Go for it.
All right. Am I better at or not as horrible at? Okay. $19.
18. Yeah, you're fine. You got down.
19, yeah.
You didn't have to use feather vault. You got all the way down with a.
Kind of looks like a little impressed with himself, and then takes her back out of the bag.
Oh, thank you.
And Chris, I don't have any divine senses left either, right?
That is correct. Unfortunately, that is right.
Okay.
Thank you. It's strange being back down here after so
Well,
long.
actually, the divine sense is something you can do unlimitedly, though, right?
I can do it 3 times a day.
No, okay. You don't. You definitely do not. Yeah, for some reason I thought you could ping it, but nope.
Yeah, I
It's
wish.
certainly been a long time since I've been in the Underdark.
So if you come down and see this too, you notice the glow caps right away. You see them and you're like, oh wow, like it really is the Underdark. By the way, glow caps are only exist deep down in the lower levels, so not the first level. Generally in like the third level of the Underdark. Generally, it just depends. Sometimes they're on like the base level as you're going down, but you're surprised to see them. But then you remember the smell and everything, and it's you're right back there. So
Is everyone down now?
we
Just
still
waiting
have
for
No,
brother.
me.
brother. Yep. All right, brother, go for it.
Brother, do you want me to? Okay, never mind.
Oh, actually, brother, how
Oh
see
no.
here's the problem with the rope though. How do you want to recall it, considering that the 50-foot part is obviously the part that has to be on the end there. So how are you trying to recall the rope?
I would have let it drop all the way down and let someone else activate it when they were down there.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
A whopping 7.
Okay, brother does not make it. So brother goes
Falling
through.
trash can.
Call out.
What?
Call out. Remember, palms first, then feet. I want to give you a +5 for a flash of genius.
Yeah, and how what'd you get, a 7, a 12?
Yeah, that would put me to a 12.
Okay. So out of 12, so out of 12 you actually get a chance to not like that was bad, but out of 12 you do get a chance. So you get like halfway down and you do lose your grip. It's just because you're so heavy, brother, and because there's lots of other things going on. You can make a dexterity saving throw to try to hit yourself in a branch. You do at least make it halfway down, but this is still going to really suck if you actually fall.
Should I point
So
in this?
you can make a dexterity saving throw. If you
Yes,
do, you have to do it.
part-time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say you have to do it quick. Yeah.
Yeah, so 15.
All right. So you are able to catch yourself. So brother is stabilized and on the rope. Now you can make another dexterity check to get down. You caught yourself. This is what you see. Brother's going down, halfway down. Brother is going to like basically take his right hand and steady himself so that he can descend one more time, and his other hand completely slips. He falls like 3 feet everyone sees this and they're like, it's like very scary. Brother grabs the branch, but he grabs it right at the root. So normally the branch would have just like sheared off. Brother would be dead, but he was able to grab it right at the root where the thing was. So even though the branch broke, he was still able to stabilize himself. Now he has his other hand on the rope. Go ahead and try again, brother.
Ooh.
Graydon gets
It's
into catching
athletics
position.
or either
Yeah,
athletics
it
or
can be.
acrobatic.
It can be either. Yep.
Graydon is positioning himself to catch him, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
The hardest
150
challenge.
would have definitely killed you, D6. Yeah, I think he'd be dead, but maybe not. It'd be close.
17 that time.
Okay, you're able to make it down the whole way. Yeah. So yeah, so you see it. You're going through. You're like very careful this time, and you do make it down. All right.
And I'll recall the rope and recoil it and put it back in the bag.
Perfect. Yep.
I'm leaving my my rope just in case we want to climb back up.
Yikes, that looked rough.
I weigh far more than most of you do.
So I
Yeah.
wonder how his actuators are designed and how he has to balance his weight while climbing.
Yeah.
Bet. So listen, gang. I don't know your names. We still haven't talked about this. Probably not the time. That is a bad hallway. And
Okay,
I
so
will
we
briefly explain to them the
Yeah.
concept of the hallway.
Yeah, he points it out to you. He shows you everything. You cannot, if you don't want to enter the quick tunnel, you cannot pass this glow cap right here. This is where the quick tunnel begins.
Um,
that's
but
not the way we want to go, correct?
and this is
N-
besides
n-
the point. But those things taste like lemon.
Yep. So
Ooh.
as you, it's close. So Kino, as you walk up to this area, you don't want to go there, but you do have to get close to it because you need to climb up this area, and then you need to lower yourself back in to the area here. So you have to climb up, go through this. There's a crack in the wall down here that you can go down and get back into the dungeon,
Okay.
or sunblight, I should say.
All right.
Oh,
So
unfortunately, no Durger down here to kill. So
Yeah, not
they'll
yet.
they'll be around.
I
Should we
hope
squish
so.
some of these worms on our way out?
I wouldn't.
I mean, might just make them angry.
Fine.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
get to
you're a
kill
big
gorgon
guy,
before.
so it might take like 40 of them to kill you. But trust me, their bites don't feel very good.
I'm hobbling forward.
They kind of burrow into
Yep.
you and just live in you.
Okay, yeah, let's maybe not mess with them.
Yeah. All right. So Kino, as you start hobbling forward and going through this area here, you realize what you have to do. You have to get to this area here. And there's an open cavern, but Kino, this is what you see as well. There is literally a sea of very deep metallic looking water underneath you. Now remember, you're in the side of a mountain. So you're very confused. You have no idea what this crap is, but you're in a mountain. And you're also in Icewind Dale. So the fact that there's liquid at all that's not frozen is puzzling to you. By the way, it's decently colder down here. It was warm up top. For some reason, it's cold down here. It's more like the Icewind Dale weather down here. But anyway,
I'm gonna point it out to Abel as we pass.
yeah. So Abel, you see it.
What is that?
It looks like mercury to you, Abel, but you're not sure. It's very metallic looking liquid. It's viscous. It's thick. It's not
How
water.
how far down
Remember,
is it?
those are bad mushrooms. Don't pass them.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I'm looking at this metal.
Yep.
I pull out like a magnet and tongs and like take a moment to slowly try to play with it with my mage hand.
Yeah, it's just at the range where you can't. If you want, you can try to bring some up and take a look at it.
I have mage hand. I could get like a pound of it.
Yeah, so both of you, so he does too. So if you're trying to bring it up with Mage Hand, the one thing that you notice is that slowly but surely it falls through Mage Hand. You don't know why, but you cannot keep it up. It's falling directly through your Mage Hand as well.
Would I recognize this, Chris?
No, you've never seen this before. You have heard of stories. Go ahead and give me a history check and a nature check.
Oh, I get advantage on history in my
Yep. Yep. Do a
terrain.
nature too, but go ahead and give me a history check
Nature.
because there's rumors about this in the
Would I
Underdark.
have ever seen anything down here like that?
No, but you can make the check as well. It is super, super rare, but people sometimes in the Underdark have come across this. It's just super rare. Let's see if you guys have heard it before.
You said history or nature, or history and nature.
You can do both. Yep. You can do both to figure this out. Yeah.
Ooh.
I get to double my proficiency bonus.
All right, a 21 for history and a 17 for nature.
All right.
I
Go
got
ahead.
unnatural 20s for both.
Unnatural 20s. Okay. So Elda,
I'm gonna
one thing that you remember.
Elda.
One.
I'm gonna boost Elda's score
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. How much are you boosting it?
5 points to a 26.
Okay. So Elda, you remember one time that you remember another kobold from another tribe in another area of the Underdark came back all excited because they had got this what they thought was liquid platinum, and they had hung around their neck and they were bragging about it. And you believe that what ended up happening to that person, because the story is still very hazy, but and this was told offhand to you like a long, long time ago. By a miracle, you remember it because you were very young. But the liquid itself possessed and transformed that kobold into something incredibly fearsome. And this you were told was the blood of the crawling god in the Underdark. You don't remember how that
Holy
worked or
shit.
why or what it was or any of that, but you remember that it was super, super rare and it would have been very valuable. But you remember that that kobold ended up becoming something fierce. This is like a rumor, by the way, but he ended up like leading his tribe or whatever, and it's because he found blood from the crawling god. That's what you remember out of it, and you are shocked that you even remember this. This was when you were very, very young. It's so rare that you think that most people thought this was a fairy tale, and now that it's coming back, you go through and see this. So the only thing that you know with your 20, by the way, you obviously know a little bit less, but you've actually heard of like rumors about this thing, like uh, but you were able to put two and two together. It's actually not like the rumors said. So first and foremost, you heard the same cross reference that this was like the blood of the crawling god, but you were always told that it was like different than what it looks like. It was like red with sparkles and like it glowed and whatever. The reason why you're sure that it's the same thing is because of the smell. When you're going through and looking at it, it smells like blood, even though it's not blood. And you're starting to put two and two together. And yes, you're cross-referencing that. That's all you guys would get out of this, though. It is so incredibly rare.
By
But at least,
fierce,
yeah.
That's awesome.
by fierce, do you mean like aggressive or like empowered?
No, he actually became empowered. This kobold in particular became empowered, but you're not sure it's a good thing because he ended up. The rumors were that he ended up being like some savage, like war tribe. You don't. For you personally, you're not so sure that like this is not something where you're thinking, oh, I'm going to drink a gallon of this and be awesome, unless you want to be a homicidal like warlord slash thing. But again, you didn't get all the details. This was when you were very young. So it could be good. It also might turn you into a monster. You're not sure.
Yeah, so I'd communicate to the group that
Yeah.
unless you want to become a raging uh,
Yeah.
lunatic, you best steer
Now,
clear of
now
that.
both of you, since you've both spent time in the Underdark, Elva and Gage's character, you both know the crawling god is rumored to have actually created the Underdark. His form, as he was crawling through, and no one knows if this is real or not. This is what some of the Drow have told others, and you're not exactly sure that this is true. But he's the tortured. You don't, and that's the thing. Everyone calls him the crawling god. Everyone's forgotten his name. So in the canon Faerun, they don't actually know this god's name, even though he's plastered all over D&D Beyond if you look. But everyone calls him the crawling god, and he was basically blinded and crawling through everything, and that's why the Underdark was created. The whole point was that he was actually running through channels. So there's other rumors that it was a giant purple worm and other things that created this, but no, it was probably him. And his blood, as he was bleeding, is supposedly what this stuff is. Now, it's in the lowest levels of the Underdark, very, 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 very rare. And to get to it, we're talking like aboleth layers of the Underdark. By the way, both of you would know this because it's common knowledge. The lowest levels of the Underdark are the most dangerous because they have the most alien things, and aboleths also live there, things you never ever want to see. And so that's why people just don't go down there, because it's always been rumored that it's crawling with aboleths, and that's just certain death. So no one could even get down there to look at this. And sure enough, you're looking at it. And there's no way, by the way, you are deep enough. It's not possible that you could be deep enough to be the lowest level of the Underdark. That's it. The deepest level of the Underdark, you would know this, gauge your character. It's like 10 miles down, which is an staggeringly long way down. It would take you months to get that low, even if you just fell. Like if you fell, it would take days probably to. Well, what am I saying? If you fell, it would only take 30 minutes to hit 10 miles, but still, it would take a long time. It would take a long, long time. If you climbed, it would take days, though. So anyway, so it's just impossible for you to be at this. There's a lot of impossibilities going on. But anyway, long story short, Kino, you can see as you're going up, you can see that they're at the top there. You can start climbing.
Okay. How far is the climb? I think I'm still behind in the stream.
So the climb is only 10 feet. It's only 10
All
feet
right,
up.
I will start. Also, hearing the news that you can't drink it, I sadly lower an empty bucket.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah, then I'll start climbing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and
Also,
yeah.
The when they mentioned the crawling god, that wouldn't I would never have heard of that, right? Because it was super rare.
No. It's also Underdark gods, which no.
But maybe me.
You definitely would know. That's what I'm saying. That's
Oh,
what
wait,
you
that's a
remember. This is
disadvantage.
what Gage's character
Guidance.
remembers.
No, that was the other that was get my thing back up. That wasn't me.
All right. That would be an
That was
11.
that was Elise who remembered all that.
I
Can I
didn't think.
aid Kino in her athletics check?
No, she did, but because you got a 20, your character would also remember the crawling god is associated with this. Is what I was saying. You did get a
Okay.
20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're from a different source. Yours is not from the kobold. Yours is literally from rumors and other people that have gone through. But again, you didn't get the exact description. You just got it from the smell. The fact that this stuff smells the way it is and it's metallic, you put two and two together and you think that's what it is.
Did you want me to get a bottle to put this in?
I don't know. That would be a good idea.
Maybe put it in the bag of holding so it's not in contact with anyone.
If you want
So
it,
then it
you
would
know
be
where
in
it is.
contact with all the rest stuff. We can come back for it later.
You know where it
That's
is,
fair.
and it's not like they're gonna run out of it anytime soon.
So Grin, you
That's
said you
fair.
were aiding me?
If I can, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
13.
Can you mark this on our
Alright.
map?
You struggle to get up this thing, but you eventually do. Yeah.
Is this one
No.
of those cases where I should touch my artifact to this liquid?
What do you mean by
nothing.
that, Elga?
Are you asking out of character?
Yeah, I'm
You have
still trying
not
to figure
gotten
out.
any ping. Yeah, you've not gotten
Okay.
any. So you'll get a
Okay.
direct intervention on that stuff. Is the good news. So no, she hasn't told you to basically risk your life to do that yet. No.
Johnny, you've been reincarnated.
Oh, you don't even know. So anyway, so
Oh, no.
so as you get up here, you start looking. These are solid walls. There's a crack here, and it is just big enough for one person to get down, but you have to squeeze through. There is actually though a so this room is full of people that we'll put in. There are Drugar in this room. There's 4 of them. There's also a woman Drugar sitting on the throne there as well. So hold on. And she has regal looking clothing. She looks a little bit older. She doesn't look like she's like a young like Drugar, but here let's. So it looks like they're standing watch at the door here. There is what looks like a door over on the left, and it looks like they're standing watch here. Once you see her, Gage, you'll know who this is.
Yeah,
But
well,
she's
I'm not up there yet.
Yep, she's sitting at the throne here. And And this is and it looks like it's like some kind of guarded throne room or something. And there's 4 Drugar in this direction. They cannot see you. It's very dark in here besides just the firelight. So
And Kino's glowing eyes.
yes, and Kino's glowing eyes. Yeah.
What could go wrong? And Halo.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to just make the shush motion as people are climbing up.
Yeah, and the way that it works. So how does your ability work on stealth? They just automatically. What kind of stealth do they get again?
I'm
Advantage on
sorry.
stealth? You have some kind of
Um,
ability that helps them stealth?
I don't. They can move at a stealthy pace normally, so their normal movement doesn't
Oh, if they stealth. Okay,
incur.
gotcha.
No,
Gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
yeah. So that if they choose to stealth, there's no movement
Movement penalty.
inhibitors. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if I see
That makes
him
sense.
put the shush sign up,
Yep.
She.
Yep.
I'm going to choose. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, and what does
So
that do?
everyone gets a +10 to their stealth check,
Oh,
including
nice.
me.
Cool. Yep. Okay. All right, so you would inherently know then that you have the ability to be quieter than normal, Kino.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna just help people up over the edge. I'm gonna stay low, and I'm just gonna aid anyone who is climbing up.
Yep. Yeah, this is not dangerous enough that we don't have to make checks on this. Everyone can eventually get up there. Some of you are going to struggle, I'm sure, anyway, but eventually you'll be able to get up into this. So, uh, so as you do go ahead and get up and start looking through this, um,
Do we need to make
Gage,
stealth checks?
yeah. So Gage, you know that this is sorry, what was that? What was the question?
I was asking if we're going to make stealth. I rolled another natural 20, so I rolled a 39 for my stealth check.
Everybody does need to make stealth checks once before you guys start talking. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. My stealth is 39.
Yep. So you're
We
basically
never met
invisible.
you. You've
Yeah.
never
And
existed.
also, anytime I'm in stealth, if you use dark vision to see in the dark, I'm invisible to you.
15 for me.
17.
Yep, that's good. Yeah, you get a +10, is that right?
Yeah, plus
Plus-
10.
Pass
Oh
without
wait,
trace.
disadvantage.
I got a 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
15.
Bull gets
All right, that's
31.
definitely good enough. Yeah, that's
Abel,
all, everyone's
Abel,
good enough. Yep.
Abel broke a 31. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Nice.
Dude, that's
Congratulations.
the highest I've ever rolled on a skill check. Is 39.
I think that takes the cake for the highest skill check I've ever seen in a game that I've
Yeah.
been in.
Yep.
What did I
That's where it
black
gets.
roll
That's
for
where it
skill
becomes
so far?
breaking too. Because the thing, anything over a third is supposed to be a miracle. But the thing that's interesting with that is that, like, if let's say that you do stealth check with a 39 in an open room in front of someone, it still technically fails. Like, if they can see you, even though you rolled a 39, you didn't like become invisible. So it's a little weird. But
Well, it's
anything
like
over 30 is a
it's
miracle. So it's like,
it's like if you rolled a 39 on a persuasion check to
yeah,
convince the king to give you his kingdom,
right,
he just won't kill you for it.
yeah, exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
you can make an argument that like you make a distraction and slip behind something.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You
It's definitely interesting. But all right. So once you
up
get
to
up,
the DM.
yeah, once you get up, you know that this is Grandolpha Musgard. This is the other half of Zardak, the one that you have information about.
Who's that?
Oh, this hoe.
Yeah. Now the one thing that's interesting is that you've never figured out where her throne room is.
And you've
Apparently, it's
never told
here.
Chris out of character. You've never told me her name.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. That's right. Um, there's a reason for that. To be honest, she's not called Grandolpha Musgard, but fuck it, I've already told you her name. She's called the Duchess, but this is the Duchess to you. But yeah, and this is the other half of Zardoc.
Yeah, that's up here back way. How do we want to do this? How do we want to? Can we get in this room from where we're looking?
One at a time, slowly. Yes, one at a time you can. but it's a crack in a wall right where Kino's standing, and you have to lower yourself down, so it's awkward, really
Okay,
awkward.
so I'm going to back away and in a very whispering tone. All right,
Yep.
so first off, welcome to Sunblight. There's a lot going on here right now. Civil war is a good term for it.
We heard something about rebels.
Yeah, it's an aggressive marital dispute.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the Duchess, right? I'm not good at these complicated things, but anyways, she's married to Zardok Sunblight, who's like the leader of these. That's the guy I'm here to kill. He leading all these Durgard, and they're gonna do all these bad things, make some big Charlatan beast, yada yada yada, burn the surface down. That's not really.
Wait, back it up to Big Shardling Beast. What?
I don't know. That's just what I've heard.
Okay.
He's putting something together. It's gonna be this grand whoozy what's it. Um, irregardless, they don't like each other so much, despite being married. And she is rebelling against him. Has been for a little bit, and I've been just taking use of the chaos to pick off the odd straggler or six.
Is there any reason we shouldn't kill all these people in this room?
Oh no, yeah, just like let's go in and paint the town red. I don't
Right.
care, but there might
Now we're
be
talking.
there might be I don't know strategy to this if
Yeah,
he
what
wants
he
to go
knows
that route.
what he knows out of character is that she wants Zardock dead as well, and she's part of the uprising. She also does not want to be here. She does not think Durgar should be in the top world. This is the rumors that you've gotten from the guards, by the way. You can explain this or not, but essentially,
No, I'm
you
explaining it all.
okay. So you know that. So she doesn't want to be here. She thinks that this is going to be the end of her entire family line because her. And by the way, the rumor was she didn't even choose him as a husband. She was like kind of conscripted as like this arranged thing to go through this to be with him. So long story short, she actually wants him dead, but she will never, ever, ever, ever do it outwardly. That's the rumors the guards are saying. So like the guards have been fucked by this multiple times. Like they'll follow her, she'll get to the point, and then she'll deny everything. And so that's why the executions happened. Finally, there was an outright rebellion. You know that she's waiting for the right time to basically kill her husband. What she wants is simple. She actually wants to get the fuck out of here. She'll fortify Sunblight. She thinks the Drugar should still have it because it took a lot of her family money to get in, but she doesn't want to take over Icewind Dale. She doesn't want any of that nonsense. She just wants to go back to her main fortress and get everything out of here because she actually thinks that getting into the surface is going to create a lot of problems for the Dugar in general. She doesn't think this is the right move. She doesn't think this is even like a moral thing because she thinks that him worshiping the god that he worships, these are all rumors, Deep Dora, she thinks that that's also like that's not what Deep Dora would want. So she doesn't know why he thinks that they should go invade the surface. But this is definitely a stronghold kind of thing where he's going to start invading. He wants to take over Icewind Dale. He wants to be the first Durgar that's basically on the surface that has a real foothold to much bigger things, as a matter of fact. However,
Yeah,
she just wants to go back. She doesn't want any of that, and she thinks it's going to bring a ruin to them.
yeah. So I'll
So,
communicate all that
yeah,
and just tell everyone. So I was
yeah.
sitting here because well, back home they thought he was getting a little uppity and causing problems, and I was supposed to take care of that. Turns out it's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. So it's taken some time, but has given me great material for my book. So positives, right?
So we're
Anyway,
still gonna go in there and
So,
kill them all,
which
right?
well, I mean,
Diplomacy may be our best bet. The enemy of our enemy is our friend.
well, you
Well,
do have a point,
yes.
but once we, it's not gonna be as easy as that. She is a little extremely murderous and jumpy. So, you know,
Okay.
diplomacy to a very extreme amount. And can you speak Undercommon or Dwarvish?
Dwarvish,
Anu
yes,
can.
Undercommon, no.
Okay, well, it's
Anu
gonna
can.
depend.
You would know that she does speak both. She speaks Dwarvish and she speaks Undercommon. She's much better in Undercommon than she is Dwarvish, but she speaks both.
Yeah, it's. Whew, I mean, my plan was to before I met. My name's Ebram, by the way. I didn't say it earlier. Manners. Sorry. Um,
No,
my plan.
unable.
I'm Kino.
Hi.
Okay.
I.
Hello.
Okay. Um,
You think we could parlay with her for the time being? See if
that
we
was
could,
my plan, and then once I helped her kill the king, I was gonna put an arrow in her neck and run away.
All right. Maybe talk about the first half of that plan, not the second.
Oh
I can
yeah, obviously.
I can talk to her while we remain hidden. I could maybe have her not try and kill us on sight, but
She's not very fond of people that live on the surface.
maybe, well, we do have someone that is from underneath, and I look at Elda,
Yes.
and someone that
Also,
can speak.
So
so Chris, I
yeah,
did DM you at the beginning of the session. I realized I picked Orc as just a filler language, but as I was writing my backstory, I realized Undercommon would make more sense. I DM'd you at
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
beginning. Okay.
You can have
Yeah,
Undercommon.
since I realized that makes way more sense.
um, yeah. How did Durgar feel about kobolds?
Generally they the kobold would know this too. So generally, they kind of look down on kobolds, but at the same time, it's not like they're killing sight or anything. They're used to them. They're used to going through it. They think they're like mischievous and kind of dumb, but they don't necessarily kill them on sight.
Perfect. I'm seen as not a threat.
Exactly. At the same time, people are people. So all kobolds are different too. If you can prove to her that they're not, she'll take you seriously.
And
It's like a real person. Yeah.
um, for anyone who has any history or recognition of dwarven culture, if you got it close to my character, you would see that he has a logo emblazoned, not emblazoned, a logo carved into a necklace around his neck. It's pretty dwarven.
hmm
Can you give me the name of the king that she's trying to kill one more time?
Yeah, it's
Zardox
Zard
Sunblight.
Zardarok.
It's Zardox
Zar-
Oh,
okay.
hi,
Zardoc
nice.
Sunblight.
Nice to start.
Yep, he named the fortress after himself. Yep.
That's wow. I could certainly
Typical.
try approaching her, but I'd rather have a idea of what the group would rather I say.
Zardok's a bad
Death to Zardoc.
butthead.
Keep
I
it
was,
simple.
I mean, I feel like
Here,
maybe
here.
that's a bit too direct, and that we should explain that we are aware of her issues and that we're willing to take care of it for her or something if she just tells us where to go.
So there might be something that can get you on her side. I'm not sure if that's. It's a risk. Uh, you're probably really attached to your life, right?
Just generally, I've
You know,
almost lost it enough times.
your
Yes.
eyes flicker and glow slightly, and then crackle. You can't even see the thing that's causing this, but you instantly feel it. There is an abomination of some kind of dragon in this room. You're looking around, like, where the hell is it? You just can't see it from your vantage point. A dragon exists in this room, which is strange to you because it's too small for a dragon to exist in this room, but it definitely exists. But the dragon is some kind of abomination.
Wait, hold
Um,
on.
You need
But
to be able to see it though. So you can sense it. It's like divine sense, only like permanent. You can sense there's a dragon in this room. You cannot see it, and once you do, you'll get more information. Your eyes are glimmering though.
If you really like,
ooh,
I could do this, and I use disguise self to look like a Duragar. A kind of short one, but a Duragar.
hmm
baby Dorgar.
okay,
Warlock, I can do that for free.
outstanding.
I'm
So
not sure how much they'll buy it, though.
no, let me fill you in on some information. And as Elise does that, I'm going to begin rattling off locations and names, anything that they might test her on, so that she knows how to answer questions. And I'm going to give her the names of 2 different Durgar that I know that I've killed, that were, loyal to Zaradoc.
Yep.
You can take credit for these kills. It will earn her affection.
Yep. So he gives you the names. He gives you the first names Thorn. Gives you the first names Zinagog, and uh, God, would you know the last names? I guess you would. I'll give you the last names too. So if it comes up, but yeah,
I've been ameliorating myself to them.
yeah.
And
I
Well, after you killed them, I imagine you went through other
slitting their
stuff anyway,
throats in
so.
broom closets.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm also when they're talking about this, I just want to kind of move around and I just want to peer out the crevice and just see if
Yeah.
I can look around the room.
You do. Go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
Okay. So, as you're looking around the room, this is what you actually see from your vantage point. There's no dragon. There's absolutely no dragon here at all. So the dragon has to be throne room area, and you can only slightly make out her her visage here. Like you can only like basically you can make out a small portion of her face and her body, which is how Gita's character was able to recognize her, but you can't see all of her. But there's no dragon in here, and your eyes aren't glimmering with her. But you know there's a dragon in here, obviously. You innately know. So no, you don't know anything yet.
Um,
All right. So Elise, do you want to try to squeeze through the crack and lower yourself down?
Yeah.
I
I'd
Uh,
probably like try squeezing through
but
before transforming, but I want to just go for the plan one more time.
Okay.
yeah, and before you go, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on me
Hmm.
and retake the form that I've been taking this entire time with the Durgar
Sure.
as this guy who's been hunting Zardoc's forces.
Sure. Yep.
All right. So, what script do we want to go with? I'm thinking something like I'm here on behalf of an adventuring group who would
No,
like to. Okay.
um, she is very paranoid and does not like the surface very much. We were on the fence, and now we're on her side. And with all the people that we've killed, apparently, hopefully she makes use of us or trusts us. And I mean, if she doesn't, we're gonna go to and I point to Grin, that strategy, and we're just going to bodies and places.
Okay.
you
So,
say quietly, right?
Yeah, oh
what,
yeah, I have a 39 for my stealth.
all right. In that case, what do we want to have as our? So we want to just we have to endear ourselves. You said you want to make us seem useful, but
She's very big on traditional uh, culture, and like most queens, flattery does not hurt.
okay, very well.
So we get in there, offer our services, and prostrate ourselves before her under mountain majesty.
Okay.
But
All right.
Uh, for a story, it's I don't know. This isn't my area of expertise. I'm not usually this talky. I normally just sit in the corner, and then when she's alone, I shoot her in the head.
all right, how about something more along the lines of um, we have learned of the ongoing um, dispute, and we would like to help resolve it by getting rid of your husband.
Chris, do I know of another Durgar stronghold in the spine of the world?
No. No. This is
I
the
don't know.
only one that you would know about. The other ones are deep in the Underdark. You would know of another one in the Underdark that's far away from here. Yeah, I would give you at least one in the Underdark. There's a couple famous ones, but
Yeah, I'll just say
nothing else
we're
close.
from one of those that has
Okay, that's
traveled
fine.
here and learned of, and I'll impart this information to Elise in case she wants to run with that. Like I'll just tell you the other Durgar strongholds I know Durgar live at.
Yeah, so you have to tell them that you're from Gloomspine. So Gloomspine is a famous Underdark stronghold that's pretty far from here, but feasible that you would come from here through the Underdark. So
All right. Well, if she actually asks us, we go with that, but
There you
Yep.
go.
just
Okay.
don't mention it to begin with.
Can anyone
Yep.
else do disguise this?
I
I
could, but
can't.
I'm tapped.
anyone?
No.
No.
That would be a resounding no.
Yep.
Okay then. I guess it's just us, Dragon Lady.
Indeed. And I will leave my pseudo dragon, Princess Sprinkle Bottom, with the group.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
and
So okay, all right. You guys start to
Real quick,
go ahead. Yep. Do you want to jump down?
I-
It's going to
if-
take you a long time.
if
to
you hear
jump
me
down.
say, and I'm going to tell this to everyone that if they hear me say the word battle hammer, that means the jig is up and come in guns blazing.
Wait, before they jump in, I'm just gonna ask, because I'm looking this up and I don't see anything. They have to speak the language you're casting message in, right? Even though it's telepathic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm almost positive, but I'll double check that later. But I believe the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if everyone hears the word battle hammer, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
we're going from
Yep.
0 to 100 instantly.
maybe we go
Oh,
with
yeah.
a word that's a little less,
Trust me,
common.
that's the word that's the word I would never say in front of them, but it's
about
one I
like
could easily walk into the conversation as a dwarf.
chocolate milk?
Really probably
Chalky
have to
milk
do
seems like a solid word.
That seems less easy to work into a conversation.
Battle
You'd be
hammer's fine.
surprised.
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but
let's go.
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
squeeze on
A word
through.
you want a word you can say in conversation, not just a
Exactly.
random word.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
make sure not to say battle hammer in any other context.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He knows.
All right. Okay.
Uh, and
So this.
can I just out of
Go ahead.
context? Battlehammer is also the name of like Brunor Battlehammer, one of the most famous dwarven heroes of all time.
All right.
Yep.
And the
So
Durgar
you guys have a couple different options. You can squeeze through the hole and carefully climb down, or you can just jump your 10 feet or whatever. If you climb, it's just going to be a little awkward because it's going to take you some time, and they're going to be able to see it. Now, here's the with your stealth, you can theoretically, if you really want to take your time, climb down without getting seen, but you have to be very, very careful. So you have a couple different options, but that's going to be
balcony.
more startling when you just like walk into the room, obviously. So
Would the tight
Are we
space
above
be,
them in the balcony?
yeah, you're above them. They're
would the
above
tight
them right now.
space be as bad for Elda, considering that she is?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not so bad for you. Yeah, you could just jump down if you wanted to, but
Yeah, she'll
I'll wait in the balcony.
maneuver herself
okay,
through and
you're waiting in
then
the balcony. Yep.
wait.
I assume everyone's up here actually.
yeah.
So
All right,
yeah.
that works then.
I will.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's going to be up here in the balcony. Okay. So what do you
Yeah.
want to do? What would you like to do, Gage?
Yeah, I'll go in. Whatever Elise is doing, I'm going to match her movement. If she is wanting to be open, then I'm going to be open. I don't want to be stealthy and
Okay,
she be
sure.
open.
Sure. Makes sense. All right, Elise. So you're just kind of like making yourself known and kind of getting down as quick as you
Yeah,
can. Is what? Yeah.
I gonna
All right.
and
So all the
give a
guards
formal
here,
name.
yeah. So all the guards here were waiting for a potential invasion here. They see you immediately, turn around, see Drugard coming down. They're basically at the ready. One of them, the one that's on the farthest to you guys, goes to the queen and says, and he basically is looking for an order from her. And she screams, "Who are you?"
As soon as I hit the ground, I drop to a knee.
Okay.
Yep.
Head
yeah.
down.
We are Durgar from afar. We have heard of your plight and wish to assist you in removing the issue if needed.
I will assist you for any charisma checks you make.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead and make her like, go ahead and make a charisma check in general, just to see how well she receives that.
You like
Uh,
any?
With assist or just a regular charisma check?
With assist, you can with it because he's gonna be talking as well. Yeah,
Okay, I don't know how to do it. Okay.
It's advantage,
yeah, it's just advantage. Yeah,
and it would be persuasion.
It's persuasion. Yeah.
Oh, it's persuasion. In
Yeah.
that case, it's we
25.
add another +3, so that's a 25.
All right. So she's a little calmer, and she says, "Where did you come from? Why are you here? I thought you were assassins coming to kill me."
Oh, I suppose that we did not make the best entrance. We made our way through the fortress and found ourselves here.
Now this is what you see, by the way. Kino, you cannot see this yet. So, however, this is exactly what she looks like. So you'll see it on the stream. And yes, she has a small metal dragon sitting right next to her. You would know this immediately. This is obviously canon, but you would know it by the stinger. It is a pseudo dragon, but it's metal, metallic. And a closer inspection, it does not look natural. Doesn't look like the pseudo dragon you've seen Henri have. It doesn't look like your pseudo dragon at all, obviously. There's something weird about this one, but she does have a dragon next to her. You can tell she's a little older. She does have, for a Drugar, these are actually very fine clothes. They're a little cold weather, but they're very like regal looking clothes for Drugar. Otherwise, Drugar have very plain, very utilitarian things. So this is flashy for a Drugar. You can tell she's a little bit on the older side. Um, she has a cane, and but however, even though she may seem a little older, her actions and her liveliness far betray her age. She talks and she moves much younger than she looks.
Um, I would like to back up Elise by uh, helping with her story, and I'm going to
Yep.
kind of respectfully spread my arms out and say, "We've heard of you," as she says, "we've heard of your plight. We come from Gloomspire. Zardoc misinterprets potents and misunderstands signs. He, if allowed to participate in this course of action he set himself upon, will surely draw the ire of both the surface world and Mithril Hall.
Yep.
He brings too much attention upon himself, and uh, by association, our people."
She looks at you and she says, "Yes, yes, he does." She said, "So tell me, how can you help?" She gives you a very serious look, and she expects a result from you. You know this from the woman. She believes you. She wants to know how you're going to help her in this plight.
I withdraw the pouch of fingers that I've been taking,
Yep.
and I place that upon the dais, and then respectfully back off. And then me and Elise will just, if she's amenable, will in turn begin to rattle off names of prominent royalists that I've taken the life of. Which
Okay.
I would assume she would know that they've.
Yeah, she does, and she actually is completely buying the point. And you can tell that, by the way, there's a table over in this thing that I haven't modeled that I'll put in. There's like a dinner table over here in this area here, and you could tell that she was eating, and maybe her guards were eating, but you can't actually tell because there's only one place sitting. She's like, "Well, I was just about to have dinner." She said, "You're in luck." She said, "You've impressed me," and she motions for the both of you to come sit down next to her. Here we go. All right. This is all canon, by the way, guys. You're gonna love this. But so on the table, you just notice it now. There is what looks like a large silver dish, but it's covered. And she says, "So," she says, "I do." She pauses and she says, "Any friend who is killing my enemies deserves a seat with me, especially one that's been so good at it." She said, "I can use more people like you." She said, I she tells you that there are 40 soldiers loyal to her. You think that there's probably 200 Duergar in here, but you don't know for sure. Like, you have no idea. That's a guess. But at least 40 are loyal to her, and she does like let you in on a plan to basically like end this. But before she gets into it, she does take away the silver thing, and she's like, "Look what I have here." Both of you go ahead and make a nature check. Um, I think out of character you'll know what this is, but to be
Jesus
honest, these are
Christ.
still
That's so funny.
these are still like semi rare, even in the Underdark. It is a large brain with two different
Oh my
two
God.
yeah I know
Motherfucker, I know what it is.
so
Oh my God.
go ahead. It's a large brain with two different like small spindly almost chicken like legs on the other side of it. But go ahead and roll. Yeah, I
got a
know it's
4.
always frustrating. Yeah.
That's gonna be a 10 for me.
Well, 10 is enough. So you don't remember what their names are, but you do remember that these are somehow associated with the Ithalids. And
Big is
they're
it?
awful because out of meta these are intellect of ours,
Oh,
but
good.
they
It's not an elder brain. I was getting worried.
I win.
no, it's
You,
an intellect of ours. Yeah,
Amanda
but
wins. Amanda wins.
yeah, no, these are yeah, God, if she had an elder brain, holy shit. But that would be a whole other thing. But she no, she so she says, have you had one of these before? Either of you? She said this is a delicacy beyond delicacies.
I have
Very
not,
rare, but they taste delicious.
Oh,
I have
saute,
not had the pleasure yet.
sautéed with a glow stock marinade. Yes.
Yeah, she said, well, go ahead.
I
Thank
have
you.
never had them before, but I would assume I know that I can eat them.
Yeah, I get Elda will partake. She sees no issue with this.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
theoretically you can. I mean they're not poisoned, you don't think. So that's the best I can do for our
I mean,
table for now. But
I will hold my hand out to Elise.
yeah.
Please, my lady, you as the the seat of power deserve the first bite.
Yeah, so she does. She takes a big slice of it. She takes a big slice of the top part of the brain and she goes through. It's actually much more tender than you guys even expected. It's been cooked, by the way. It's not raw. This has been cooked, and she eats it and she says, "See, excellent." She does start looking at you a bit suspiciously because she expected you to like be in awe of this and kind of dig in immediately.
I mean,
And
Elda was going
I am
to. Elda was
I
going
am
to.
Okay,
I
all
am
right, Aldo, that's fine.
we
Yeah.
just I wanted her to have the first bite as a token of honor and
Oh,
appreciation
gotcha. So
in
you were
Dwarven
holding back.
society.
I see.
Yes, so that she could
Gotcha.
have the
Yep.
first bite.
So then you
It's a
guys
respect
immediately
thing.
take. Yeah, perfect. Then you guys immediately take a bite of this as well. So this is what it tastes like. It tastes very very bitter, but um it is incredibly tender. Although I suspect you would love this actually as you would your character would probably really like this. It's up to you whether you like it or not. But it does have a slightly bitter taste. So Gage, I mean, it's a little off-putting to you probably, but it is a bitter taste. But it's something that is it definitely tastes like different than anything you've had.
All
She,
right.
she, Elda probably enjoys it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think Elder would like this, but yeah. But anyway, so she does give it to you. Now that she's over here, Kino, you can see it. This dragon is not natural. It's made of that black. It's made of like Chardolin, essentially.
My lady, what aid do you require for your righteous task?
Yeah. As she starts talking, Kino, real quick, your ability tells you that this is an unnatural construct. It does
Okay.
have some bizarre power core inside of it that is draconic, but it angers you a bit thinking about it. It's some kind of bastardization. This is not a real dragon. It is some kind of construct made to look like a pseudo dragon. And it's got a tiny like thing in it, but this is completely and utterly fake. It's not real. However, the thing that's powering it inside of it, it does have some kind of young dragon signature, which makes you even more irritated. But anyway, as she goes through and she tells you, look, she says, my group is going through an uprising right now, as I'm sure you've seen around the castle. The idea is to get Zardock either within the forge or to get him within his throne room, and at that time, go ahead and just take the final blow. We'll take over Sunblight. We will fortify the castle, seal this fortress up, take everything that's worth anything, go through, and that'll be it. We're gone. We're getting out of here. This whole campaign has been an absolute disaster. It is going to bring us ruin. I'm sure of it. I've had nightmares for weeks now about our family's demise. So she said, this is all happening now. That's why everything's been set up. I've been planning this for a long time. He said, and then she also mentions Zardock and that damn contraption he's got going. The only downside is that that's getting released at any moment. So we're going to use that as our distraction. Once he releases that damn Charlin dragon monster, then we'll make our move.
I'm sorry. What was that?
She said, "Oh," she said, she said, "Well,
That
wait,
was unknown
you've."
to us.
Did you?
It absolutely was unknown to you. So she's like, "Oh well," she says, "Not everyone knows this. I suppose that does make sense, as it's only been entrusted to a few of the top." But she said, "Yes, Sardak is releasing. That's why we're here. Chardalin has a ace up his sleeve in 10 towns. He's releasing at any moment a large Chardalin dragon construct that's going to go through and wipe out most of 10 towns. However, it takes almost 40 to 50 Drugar to go through it. And what they don't know, what those Drugar don't even know, is he is literally going to be sacrificing them. Once they release the dragon will consume every single one of them. It needs their blood to basically be able to lift off. So he's sacrificing his own people anyway. What an abomination that man is. And then she goes through. She says, "I can't even believe he's willing to kill our own kind for this." But once that dragon gets released, she said, "Yes, 10 towns is of course finished, but that's not our concern. Like I said, we'll seal everything up. Even if there's retribution, they'll never get into the fortress, and we will simply leave." She said, "We're not going to deal with that." So that's what we're waiting on right now. That's why thing went up. She said, "Any minute now, this should happen, and we'll start our rebellion."
Very well. We should
Uh,
be on our way there to anticipate that becoming online.
She said, I
I'm
do have
also
agents. I do have agents that are telling me that once he's finished with the dragon, he will go back to his, you know, abhorrent throne room. She said, have you been to the throne room yet? You have not, by the way.
We
we have
have not.
not.
We are recent arrivals.
She
We
said,
I've
well, she said one thing to keep in mind of is that those giant flame walls. She said, you just be careful. She said that place is a disaster. If any of his guards end up enlarging and throwing you in that flame wall, you won't last more than a couple seconds. But other than that, there's two giant flame walls in his throne room. He insisted they're tied to that stupid forge down at the bottom. He said, so just keep in mind that that's probably the most dangerous thing. And once they're enlarged, but he said it's fine. Just enlarge yourself, and they won't be able to toss you in. It'll be
of
fine.
course trivial matter.
Yep.
yes.
But thank you for the award, the warning.
Would you happen
Yep.
to have recommendations on a route to get to the forge and throne room?
Yep.
And I will take out my map, and I will tell her, with our reconnaissance and our slaughtering of his agents, this is what we've managed to piece out so far.
She, yeah, she finishes it for you and tells you how to get up into the throne room. She does give you a direct route, which I'll give you later, but she does easily go through that and tell you how to do that.
Standing.
She yeah. And by the way, as this is happening, everyone that's listening to this too hears this. There is a huge sound of what sounds like maybe giant doors opening somewhere else, like scraping through like metal and stone and rock, and you hear a deafening roar, and then screams, and then just a bunch of clamoring of a very large metallic thing, maybe climbing and flying up somewhere off into the distance. But it's loud enough that you can hear it from where you're at.
My
She
lady, I
says,
believe
and
that
she
was
says,
our signal.
she says
That is
there
our
she said
huge
there it
spot.
is. See, it's all happening. She said, and she tells the guard, she's like, do you want do you need any of my retinue? She said, I have plenty more. She said they can follow you.
Of course.
make the call, brother. Evacuate the towns. Make the call.
Yeah, I'm going to send off a message to the
So
speaker.
Okay. All right.
here's what I'm wondering: do we tell them we have
I'm about to get that. I have an idea.
assistance, or
I
okay?
have an idea.
Yep.
So I'll let John do his. John does his message, and then we'll come back to this.
I'm also doing a prayer right now to I'm praying that anyone I'm praying to the queen. If
Yep.
anyone can intercept this, there's another bigger abomination that's leaving the stronghold. If anyone can intercept this, it needs to go down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my secondary action after I send the message to the speaker.
Okay.
We got heaven and hell after this thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So you go ahead and send the message. And by the way, so that the speaker does like confirm that she got it and she's thankful. What do you say exactly though?
I just say Duergar releasing gigantic Chardelin abomination dragon to destroy 10 towns. Evacuate immediately. Danger coming from the sky from the fortress.
Okay. Perfect. Yep. Okay. She acknowledges that she got it, and she's busy, obviously, trying to do that. And then you want to go ahead and pray to bomb it.
Yeah.
What do you want to say there?
All right.
You can text it to me too.
Yeah,
if you
I'll
want
text
It's-
it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So go ahead. Back to you guys. Yeah.
Um,
Now
I'm
at this
also-
point, by the way, everything is going to start becoming semi-time sensitive. We're not going to do it in real time because I know there's stuff that we have to talk through, but I am keeping track of the time. Everything now we have two very important events that are happening side by side now, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, time to go,
My-
go, go.
my lady, we have brought with us a retinue of some of our finest conscripted and purchased warriors to assist with this. People who, between you and me, are quite disposable. Not of Durgar blood, and have proven to be very efficient and can be thrown at the enemy.
She said, "I see." She said, "That's quite resourceful." She said, "Where are these people, though?"
We didn't want to insult your presence by putting them before you first, but they are in the next room over awaiting our signal to make their presence known.
She said, "Bring them in."
Elise, would you mind?
And, yeah, Elda will get up and shout, "All right, everybody in."
Oh, is your character's name Elda? I've had it backwards this entire time.
Wait, what do you think it was?
Yeah,
Del
Elise, your
El?
names are backwards. So usually
Oh.
the character name goes first and the person name
Whoops.
goes in parentheses.
No. Whoops, my
Yeah.
bad. I'll fix that right now.
Also,
okay. Do you guys come
I
down?
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna let brother know while they were doing that and eating the brain. I'm gonna let brother know exactly what that pseudo dragon is and exactly why he should not like it either.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now this is a smaller Chardelin construct. You can tell, Kino. This is a smaller Chardelin construct. The larger Chardelin dragon is probably built similarly to this thing. So getting your hands on this would also tell you a little bit, at least, about the bigger one, probably.
I will.
But this is absolutely a construct. Yeah.
Once they've all turned down, I will
Yep.
turn to Elda. If you would like to give them their marching orders and instructions. Also, everyone, meet the Queen of Sunblight,
Duchess.
Duchess.
Yep.
I take a knee.
Yep. What does everyone do?
I wave.
I don't
I'll
say
also
anything or
take a knee.
take a knee.
I wave
I'll-
and
Harry
signal out.
waves. Oh
Yeah,
my!
I'll shout at them all, say,
Then pull Henri down.
show your
Yep.
respect.
Gross.
Now, we have to be heading out right now in order to stop,
Yeah.
to eliminate the target. So
She's-
let us head out now.
She's very, very surprised. She said, she said, all of the, she said, "What even are you?" And she looks at brother and she says, she said, "This is kind of amazing." She said, "After this is all done, I want you back. I want all of you back to see me."
Of course, my lady.
Yep. Okay. So she will let you leave though. If she believes everything, so she will definitely let you guys leave.
All
We
right.
will take
Well,
that retinue
I'll-
of soldiers you earlier offered. They can
Oh,
only.
you want to
Also-
take the 4 Drugar? Yep.
turn economy is turn economy.
I'll
Action
turn-
economy.
I'll turn to Elda and go, "Your Greatness, um, it might be, and I'll be saying this in Draconic. It might be beneficial, or no, excuse me, not Draconic because she looks like a. I'll just be saying
Yeah,
this in common.
she's not a she's a
She doesn't look
Torchbearer.
like a kobold, so I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In common, I will say it might be beneficial to us if we are able to use a similar construct to the one we were going to intercept. If I may so graciously offer that piece of advice, I think it would help us and the Queen's men greatly.
Forgive us,
What,
my lady. He hasn't learned the
yeah, I was gonna
undertongue
say.
yet. He hasn't learned the undertongue yet, and uh, Elda is the only one that has the knowledge to coordinate with him. I wouldn't dare speak the heathen's tongue, but she
I'm also
is.
not looking up. I'm just saying this while my head is
Gotcha.
bowed.
She questions you. She's like, "Are you saying you want my dragon?"
Does she speak common?
She does.
I am
She
sorry
does.
for
She
I am
does.
sorry for her insolence. Although I believe what she's saying, she would like to know if there's any element of your companion that is similar to the large war machine that could help us in the case that we run into it.
She said, "If you run into it, you're surely dead." She said, "But Zardak did make this for me, just like he made the dragon that's about to invade 10 towns." She said, "The only thing that I remember, quite frankly,
Abel
is that
raises
it
his
is
hand straight up like he's in school.
I'm sorry.
what
Yes.
Abel?"
He
Abel
raises his hand.
raises his hand like he's in school, like he wants to
Oh
talk.
yeah. He says yes. She says yes.
I'm a builder of great renown. Can I study that creature if it's like the thing we have to look into?
He is rather skilled, my lady. And
Built that.
I'll take off my bow,
Good.
which has some clockwork mechanics to it. He helped design this.
He also made many modifications to the construct that stands before you. I turn my head to brother without looking up.
Oh yes, one of our greatest created warriors. He's felled many dangerous beasts in the Underdark.
She says, I don't know how this was made, and I don't know how similar it is to the other one, but I can tell you this. So one of the things that Sardak was bragging about is the fact that the dragon has the ability to bring people around to its side by the dozens, maybe hundreds. She said 10 towns literally stands no chance.
My
She said,
lady,
so here's the thing. If you run into it, my suggestion would be to run.
maybe we should take this creation with us. If Zardock did indeed make this, it
So you
could
don't even have
be
to insider check. You
it
don't even
could
have
be
to
loyal.
insight check this. She like as she's saying this, she starts to grimace. You are pissing her off like big time. You don't even need an
Okay.
Okay,
insight
let me
check
go.
for that. She's
Yeah.
like, you can tell that there is no fucking way she's giving you her dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna make a I was gonna make a logical argument here.
Yeah. No,
It's
you can tell. You can tell there's nothing logical about this. This is a very, very, very like crazy reaction she's having, and she's like, "You will not take my dragon."
Very well.
see tension there, and we'll step in and go. Does it breathe or spit or anything?
She
I
said,
think
she looks at it and she says, I don't know. I think he breathes. I don't know."
We can
I,
uh,
I think
examine this later. Time is of the essence.
yes, I think we have
Yeah.
asked enough questions. We should be on our
Yeah.
way. We have work to do.
All right. All the mages make an Arcana check, by the way, since you saw her reaction and you know Chardelin is magic and you know that Chardelin is weird and has other properties. Go ahead and make an Arcana check to see if anyone sourced any of this out.
Do I
What
count
about
as a
the good
mage?
old? What
Yeah,
about the good
yeah,
old
you would
half
count as a mage.
caste?
Yeah, you're fine too. You can make Arcana checks as well. The only one that really can, I guess, is kind of
17.
Just
Gren.
me. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
me.
Gren. Sorry, Gren. Yep,
That's okay.
yep.
7.
So 17 for
17 is the
Ebram.
highest.
No, Abel made it 23.
Out of 23.
All right, Abel. The Chardelin affects people if they have it for more than you don't know, minutes, maybe hours. You're not sure. The
Mhm.
Chardelin has some kind of passive effect on a person as it goes through. It's as if it. I don't know. You're not exact. You can't put your finger on it, but it might have something to do with the kind of magic this Chardelin is infused with in this area. maybe dangerous, maybe not, but her reaction was she's not giving it up. You've seen this in many cursed items, but also regular magic items too. Like you get to a point where you love them a lot and you cannot give them up, and you're starting to put two and two together, and you think that Charlatan might have a property like that.
Okay.
It could be worse, but you're not sure. So yeah.
Would he know if how permanent that effect was?
Uh, yeah, actually, yes. In this case, it looks like it's permanent. Although Abel is also smart enough to know that an effect like that can be dealt with things like. It depends on what kind of effect it is and why it's happening. But
It,
generally, Abel would know that remove curse and stuff like that sometimes gets rid of those things. But if it's madness or other things like that, you can be dealt with. But again, anything can be dealt with. People can also be resurrected, but it doesn't mean they're going to be easy necessarily.
I don't think it would naturally decay if you separated them. You'd actually have to
Yeah.
remove curse or some sort of magic
Correct.
cure.
Can I say something to the queen?
Yeah, go for it.
My lady, if you don't mind, I would like to use a spell in your presence, simply on myself to alter my form to make myself more terrifying and dissuading to the enemy when we encounter them, to make them feel as if every race in the world has banded together to fight against them.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna drop disguise self and let myself turn back into a human. And then as soon as I do, I'm just gonna like stick my tongue up, like I feel wrong.
Yeah. Okay. No, she'll buy that. Yep.
Because I was running out of time.
Yeah. I figured that's why. Yep. I assume you made verbal and manic like movements.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, how long does?
An
At least for
hour.
me, it shows an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, but
An hour.
you can cast it at will. I cannot.
I see.
No, disguise self the spell I thought lasts for an hour.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour, but we were getting close to an hour in real time, so.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, really? Wow. All right.
Chris, just so I'm interpreting this right,
I'll be right back. I use the bathroom.
No worries.
how dire is this situation? Is she gonna let me leave this chamber, not killing this dragon, or is this like a long-term goal kind of deal? Or is this like
Oh
a
no, you don't know if Tiamat's telling you to kill the dragon. What do you mean? Sorry.
the being compelled here, is this like a destroy this abomination right now or else? Or is this
No.
a
Matter of fact, you're not
okay.
even being compelled. You're not sure exactly what Tiamat's goal is yet. So you'll know when you hit it. And no, it's not like that. You just know that this is an abomination.
Okay.
This is not a direct message to kill it.
Okay. This is it, I feel, right? This is
This
the
is
thing.
what?
This
No,
is the
this is not the thing. This is
oh,
absolutely not the thing. No. You've still got a ways to go.
okay.
This is not why you've been down here. No. No.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is not even. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Tiamat did not. This is just something you're sensing on top of all this, but this is not why you're here. You know why
Okay.
you're here. It's way down on the other thing. This is just part of it. So
All right, I'm gonna let one. I can't say because we're still kneeling.
yeah. So and remember, if you, I mean, you're gonna have 4 Drugar
Right.
with you. So you
Only
have
4?
4 Drugar. Yeah, correct. She's only giving you the 4 that were in here.
That's fine. We'll work with it. I'm gonna try and lead everyone onward. Keep towards it.
Okay. All right.
And
So this
as
is.
we leave,
Go
I will
ahead.
bow once more to the Duchess as we leave.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
All right. So. All right. So this is what you guys. This is what you can see, Kino, if you're gonna try to lead the way. So you're walking down here. There are various points of armor and everything else. This room looks like it's pretty well fortified. On top of it, there are spears, axes, glaives. Nothing in particular. Everything looks really well made, and very stylized to be Drugar. As you start walking down in this area, there and you can walk freely. There are guards. I'm not going to put them up yet, but there the 12 that she was talking about. There's 8 other guards in this area here. They let you pass because they obviously know the other guards.
It
Go ahead.
if anyone wants to pick up a weapon, that would be allowed, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
they're
It
with us.
seems like it. Yes. If
So
you guys want to, at this point, you can. There's spears, axes, There's, by the way, 2 full things to full plate, but it's Drugar sized. So if you do take it, unfortunately, it does have to be modified before you can wear it, unless of course you're a Drugar, which no one is. But however, all the other weapons are standard. So
I will pick up the plate and go. This will serve me well when I can revert back to my regular form, and I'm going to put the plate in my backpack.
okay, you can, you absolutely can.
That's a lot.
There is battle axes here too. So there's normal axes, battle axes, spears, glaives, and great swords. Those are the only weapons that they use, though, unfortunately. So in this area.
I'll turn to Elda and just say, "Allow me to lead the way, Your Greatness."
Very well, conscript. Lead ahead.
I keep
What
walking.
do our 4 guards? What do our 4 guards have for weapons?
They all of them have battle axes.
Good.
Yep. Okay.
And I'll keep walking towards the source.
Does any of it seem
All right.
impressively made when I look at it?
Yes, however, you don't think that any of them are magic and might offer benefits out of game, like pluses or anything, but they are well made. Heavy weapons. Yep.
If I saw anything I didn't think I'd done before or of special quality, I would have grabbed it, but otherwise, no, I'll just pass.
Okay. Yep. So as you get down to this area too, you notice that there is so Kino, the good news is so there's a good news and bad news here. Number one, as you start walking through, the 4 guards start speaking up, and they tell you that there's basically like a secret contraption here that's going to lead you up to the surface to where the throne room is. And that's where they want you to go. However, you of course have an overwhelming sense to go this direction here, and this is what you see as you walk around the corner. Yeah, guys, we cannot start this thing here. All hell's about to break loose theoretically, so we're gonna have to call it here, because this is gonna be a very complicated, very maybe drawn out thing, because Kino's kind of compelled to do this. However, this is what you see, Kino. So
Uh-oh.
So there is a greater illusion in this area. So as you start looking, you're able to see past it. Your eyes glow purple. It looks like it's just a normal cavern with a dead end. There's a solid wall here. However, Kino, even when you get close and you start going through and compel it, basically you walk over here. Sure enough, this was all an illusion. This is the weird water, like the weird like god metallic water. It looks like normal water underneath here. How none of the Drugar question this, you'll never know. Like normal water would have been frozen solid or not been in a mountain, but it looks like normal water with the illusion. Then there's a solid wall here. However, you can very, very clearly see that it is not a solid wall. There is what looks like a makeshift forge underneath here, and there's this fire that's just unnatural and searing through on large column. And we're going to leave it right there. And then, like I said, this is why you're here, though, Kino. You know instinctively this is why you're here. I don't want to spoil anything because, again, once this gets set up, this will be interesting, to say the least. You are going to have
man.
an interesting.
I think it's
thing.
already been interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll see. So, Kino, once you get into this, there's a whole other mechanic because this is the whole reason why you're here. You are compelled to be here at this time and do something very, very specific. That whole thing is going to happen where you'll have it be in your purple column. And I'll talk to you about the before it starts because this is going to be very private at this point, and then you can
Yes.
decide what you're going to tell people. We'll talk this over, but things are going to get interesting. This is all, by the way, just that anyone's curious. Like, I actually did not have to do anything special for it. Randomly and unbelievably, the things that are happening in this room in particular and in Sunblight are all canon and seemingly have nothing to do with the adventure, besides some random thing, but are very, very, very intricate, surprisingly, to Kino in general. So, as if it was like written for me. It's fucking crazy, but Yeah, I was very, very happy when I read this. I was very
Oh
surprised,
man.
but yeah.
Yeah, this
So,
has been amazing. I've loved. Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
but anyway, no,
I
this will go
like
ahead.
bullshit. I was just say I like bullshitting the queen.
Yeah, I think, by the way, you guys have gotten like 1% of this thing. This is fucking massive. You'll see. But we are not even, like, you guys can decide how long you want to actually spend in here. But if you guys go through the entire thing, which you can't even see all of it because it's hidden, and then go into the Underdark, we have several it's up to you though. But anyway, so anyway,
Yeah.
we'll
Oh
leave it
boy.
here. We will leave it here. And oh, also, Bahamut is going to answer your prayer as well just before you leave. Bahamut is actually going to give you a boon. And this is where I'm saying all hell could break loose. You're going to have good communication between the group or whatever. Bahamut is going to do canonly what Bahamut would do anyway. You are going to be able to, if you decide to, brother, but you have to take the whole group with you. You can go back to fight the dragon. Bahamut will give you a one-time boon to teleport you directly in front of it, but you will have to, but that will be directly at odds with what you know Kino has to do, unfortunately. So you either wait and you let Kino do what she needs to do and do it, or you don't use this at all or whatever. But Muhammad is actually going to, uh, and he does this obviously this is very, very rare. You know, he doesn't normally answer or get involved, but this is also an abomination to him. And he's more than happy to send you guys there. So that's one thing that you will get, brother, is that you will have the ability to take you and the entire group and face off the Chartland Dragon, which is, by the way, also not something you are supposed to be able to do within the adventure, but who cares? And and that's something that you'll have as a boon, brother, from your prayer.
So just so I'm clear, it's either let Kino do her thing or go back and
No,
fight
you
the
can. No. He's giving this to you. You can do it whenever you want to, obviously. So you can let Kino do his thing first, and then teleport everyone back in the group, or you teleport everyone back in the group. But the reason why I'm telling you that is because you know inherently, like Bahamut's not gonna fuck with you and like not tell you this. If you once you make the decision, you have this in your back pocket. It will eventually expire. You don't know when that time is, but it's nowhere. It's instinctively it's no time soon. And once you take that option, it's not even it doesn't even teleport you to an area in 10 towns. Bahamut is literally giving you divine intervention, and he is going to teleport you right in front of the dragon so you can fight it. Um, but you have to take the whole group.
and it would
You have to
just
take
like we
everyone.
could do it later, and it would go back in time to this moment, or
No, it's all happening in real time. That's why it's kind of a tough choice for you. But no. It's all happening in real time. It's not perfect like that in the sense that Kino has just found why he's here. But as you were praying, Bohammet reached out to you and basically said, as like he's basically saying that you're his chosen and you can fight the Chartland Dragon. He's gonna give you that opportunity. It doesn't mean you have to do it right away. But if you do it, everyone goes. Now, Kino, since it's teleport, you could actually refuse it if you really wanted to, but by default, it takes everyone. So Henri could refuse it too if she really wanted to. If we do split the party, it's probably going to mean certain death, though. As a metagame thing, you can do it if you want to, but it's probably not. You're probably going to need everyone if you want to even have close to a shot at this thing. This is a real encounter that was built within the module, but it's fucking hard.
Uh, yeah.
So
Also, I'm
Yeah.
completely
I've ran
tapped.
it.
So,
I've ran that.
yeah.
so just remember, if we're teleporting into this, I'm going to be hitting things with a sword, and that's it.
well, the faster we do it, the more lives we save.
That's true. But if we do it before I whatever this thing is that I do, I only stand to benefit from the thing I'm about to do. Maybe
You don't know that, but we'll talk about it.
I don't, and we might. Chris, you know, I'm basically available whenever during the week after
Okay.
like 6, and
We can do it real quick if you want to. I don't know if you have time, but I can talk to you real quick about what you see and why this is so important. But yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Wow, this has been a fun session.
yeah, I feel like I got a lot done.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Once again, thank you for having me. This has been
We'll
nice.
get combat eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to come
No,
back.
very soon. Very soon, I think. Unfortunately or
Oh.
fortunately, very soon, I
No.
actually am pretty sure all hell's about to break loose. But yes, we'll see.
Pot shots at the running enemy
Yeah.
doesn't count as combat.
Eldla
Oh,
has
yeah.
not
No,
yet
no.
killed anyone.
Especially
And
when
as a
some
matter
of
of
us
fact,
went in just to hit.
just so you know too, guys, no matter what happens, unfortunately, this is a fortress full of Drugar. So after, like, once you get into the rebellion part, if people do hate combat, unfortunately, this is gonna really suck because it is going to be wave after wave once you get into the war part. There's nothing you can do about that, I don't think. And then, of course, if you teleport out, although you never know. I mean, you do have people with amazing stealth, so maybe. Then if you teleport out, you're stuck in another encounter that's kind of whatever. So, but there will be lots and lots of combat. I know we haven't had a ton, but this is where it'll ramp up. Like there's just waves of combat now. So
39 for stealth, man. I can't believe it.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, we'll see. This is also another place. I mean, I want everyone to take this seriously in the sense that this is definitely a place where, I mean, you do what you want to do, but like everyone can die. And by the way, I'm running the dragon at full strength, and I'm running the dragon with its ability. There is a very special ability it has where it can basically put people to its side. I don't want to meta it too much. Obviously, you know what it is, Gage, but we're using that to the fullest extent. So it's a hard fucking fight. It is very hard. So just
Fair.
as a heads up. So, and it's already had a head start on you, and yeah. So, and as yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, this will be fun. Hopefully everything works out. We'll see.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a hard fight, but it's not impossibly hard.
No, 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 no. No, it's just
Theoretically, we could beat it. A party of like 7 level 7s could beat it.
definitely. It's just it also depends on how you run that encounter. We can talk later, Gage, but yeah, it totally depends because you're either going to fight it alone or you're absolutely not going to fight it alone, and then good luck. But yeah, but
If you
it's
fight
definitely
alone,
possible.
if you fight it alone, you're not fighting alone for long.
Yeah, exactly. So, but Gage is right. It is absolutely possible to take, especially in this group. With your level
We're,
set, I mean, it's not that hard. It's challenge rating is not that hard at all. It's just that it is the one monster that they really thought about, and playing that monster right, it's fucking hard. It can be, but
especially if it's
yeah,
in a city.
exactly, exactly. But anyway, all right, guys.
Cool.
But also the good news here is that really fun thing about all of this, the really fun thing about this coming up, everything that happens now, and this module was built for this, which is why I think this is one of the better ones they did. But everything that's done, especially the shit that's going to go down with Kino and like a bunch of other stuff, it's gonna you are gonna have permanent effects on everything. Everything that Shadowland Dragon does will permanently affect this group. It's going to affect the next group. It's going to last for probably ever. Like everything that goes through in this point, just like actually probably even more so now that you're in the right timeline than Tomb of Horrors, will have lasting effects as well. So this will affect all your modules going forward, everything. So keep that in mind too. All right, guys. Well,
Yay.
thank you.
Oh, this
And
is
we're
gonna be a
level 8.
Ugh,
Very
good lord.
soon, very soon, very
Um,
soon. Yeah,
also,
you're about to hit a pretty big milestone, and then of course Sarduk's another one. So, yeah, you'll see. Yeah.
yeah, Chris, I sent you a actual draft for my backstory. Finally,
Yes.
I
Yep.
finished
Yeah, I'm
typing
gonna.
that as we started the session.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
This
cool. All right, I'll
yeah.
talk to you real quick, Kino, and then
All right.
yeah,
All
I
right,
could
cool.
jump into secret.
yeah,
Have
sounds
a
good.
great night, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna be heading to
Have
bed,
a good
Kino,
night.
so I won't be sticking
Yeah.
around.
Sounds
Uh,
good. Have a good
I'll
night,
stick
everyone.
around in case
Mr.
Yeah, I'll
anybody
be
else
up. I'll
feels
stick
like it.
around.
Mr.
And I'll talk to Amanda and Lee tomorrow.
Yep. Cool.
Right.
Let's see how that.
Yes.
Gonna, oh yeah,
Have a good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night,
Night,
everyone.
Amanda.
Bye.
Night, Tom.
Oh, also, by the way, sorry that my mic was like really annoying tonight. I still haven't figured out
No, no
why
worries
it
at all.
was. I
Yeah,
got
no worries
two
at all.
different messages being like, Amanda, you're breathing really heavily into your mic.
Oh,
I was like,
jeez.
God, I'm sorry.
I legit thought you were
No, no
snoring.
worries.
No, like I was just I got the messages and I was like, wait, really? Like I have no clue why it would be picking up sound like that. But yeah, so you're free to just message me if it happens again. I'll try to just remember because I'm keeping my mic muted for now, so just I'll try to remember that.
You could move to push to talk. I personally use the tilde key for that. Because nothing
really
uses
should.
the tilde key.
I
Plus,
really
it's
should.
easy enough to reach with your index finger.
Wait, why are you just using the index finger? Why does it matter that you can reach it?
So the way that I usually have my hand when I am, if I ever use push to talk,
Oh, yeah.
I assume that I'll have my hand like on the keyboard, on like F and J for each hand respectively, and and then you can just reach your finger over very easily. It's like it's not so out of the way of like a function key. It's in a pretty decent location.
I use left alt.
That also works.
Hmm.
That's a decent key for your thumb.
That's true.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I'll look into it.
Grab the mouse button for that.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, I also have that too. I could do that.
I feel like that session went well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Reasonably.
at some points I was really expecting it to go downhill. I was fully expecting Gage to pull out "it's what my character would do" and go in guns blazing.
Yeah, it seemed like he purposely avoided a couple. Like he got really close to that line, but he avoided it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely better than my first time.
Yep.
Better than my first time playing with him because my first impression of him was.
Yeah.
Here, okay.
Yep. But yeah, he definitely did better this time than last time.
Oh, he did better with that character. I'm still sort of iffy on him as a player, but we'll see how things go.
Yeah, I don't know. He
There are
was
some
giving off
quirks.
he was giving off weird vibes this session.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
that
not a
too.
fan.
But I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm a new player. I'm going to abstain on anything because I don't feel like it's my place. I have my opinions, but when it comes down to it,
he seems to at the hi.
Hello. So yeah, like